For real? Oh no. Let's go.
Boston.
State of OH! Today. In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, USA, USA, USA.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
What?
let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You ping!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the DraftKings Thunderdome. On this Winter Wednesday, July 22nd, 2026, this sports program begins now. Sports are happening all around us, and we're so incredibly lucky and thankful that we get a chance to chat about it every single day. And that only happens because all of you watch this show. Whether you hate us or like us, I guess, if you watch, it's a good thing. But actual affinity for things does matter, I think, in this particular business. So those that are watching us that like us, I do appreciate that. It's been loud in the streets, obviously, but I would just like to echo the sentiment once again that hopefully that never has to happen again, because obviously it's terrible for anybody to have to lose job and move forward. But on that note, we are so thankful and lucky that we get to talk about sports. It's the greatest job on earth. The Talks Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tone is here. Tone, who do you gamble with, man?
The crowd.
Can you zoom out a little bit there too, Foxy? Can we just who do you?
I'm getting crads.
Who do you? This is what I just looked over and saw. Right there. Late edition of sweatshirt was on. I appreciate that.
Good L-Rap. It's a bit chilly in here today.
That's a great new L-Rap, best sports book on earth. DraftKings. We're very grateful. If you're of age, DraftKings available in all 50 states now with predictive marketing as well. But if you're of age and agree to not be an asshole and gamble responsibly, you should join us at the best sports book on earth, DraftKings. Now, speaking of DraftKings Sportsbook, don't look now. We got odds for an NFL game.
Ooh. Yeah, we do. Big time.
And also, we got NFL teams reporting the training camp.
Yeah. There we go.
Hall of Fame game, a big one. Carolina Cardinals, Carolina Panthers, Jesus, Arizona Cardinals.
It is a big one.
We'll be celebrating legends, and don't look past the Carolina Panthers. Your natural reaction is going to be, Carolina Panthers stink. Okay, that's what you're going to think. You're going to say, that owner, the worst. And then if you actually peel back the onion a little bit and start looking into it, owner might be the biggest dog in all of sports as an owner. He will actually fight for his players, which is very rare, I believe, in these days. Also, Yinzer, so I have massive respect for that. And the team that Canales and Morgan are building down there, don't look now. That's a good football team.
That's a good football team.
Had a playoff game. Had the place packed out. Bryce Young comes into his own, becomes his own guy. They got weapons all across the board. The defense is obviously going to be good, we'd assume, because of who the general manager is. Absolute stallion, defensive linebacker in his day. So don't look now. Panthers, they have a chance. Now, the Arizona Cardinals. They are the team. Not that anybody has taken the Browns kind of out of this convo or the Jets out of this convo, but the Cardinals are maybe the newest team that has kind of found their way into that place is a shithole conversation. I don't like it because we love Phoenix. I don't like it because I think we've met numerous people a part of that team and organization, and we like them. But they're obviously move on from Kyler Murray. That was what it was. New coach, new GM. They got a new practice facility coming. We just learned of that in the last couple of days. They have a future that they're looking to be very bright. Obviously, Larry Fitzgerald getting celebrated is a beautiful thing. Luke Kuechly, Drew Brees, the boys, everybody. Bill Belichick will be talked about at least once or twice. But the Hall of Fame game gives us a moment to kind of celebrate the fact that football's back, because they're all in the building earlier than everybody else. And the players certainly are like, great.
Yes.
That's good. But for us, it does feel real, Tone. And as we try to bet on the Hall of Fame game, what should we be thinking about this? So we don't know anybody that's going to be wearing the uniforms on that particular high school football field in Ohio.
Good news for you. We are going to know some people. For the Cardinals, I would assume, because nobody really ever plays in this game, that Jacoby Brissett is not going to play. I'd be shocked if Gardner Minshew played either. So you most likely starting quarterback, Carson Beck for the Arizona Cardinals. So that'd be fun.
Okay.
And then on the other side for the Panthers, Bryce Young probably not going to play. Is Kenny Pickett going to get some run? If not, Haynes King, Georgia Tech quarterback, will be getting a lot of run. He was awesome. And yes, exactly, a lot of run in this game. So that's kind of what you got to look at. And then you got to hope, all the other positions try to block, try to tackle, all those things in the Hall of Fame game.
9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler's here.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you, D-Butt. The guys that have to go early for the Hall of Fame game, they're pumped because they get a chance to start their season earlier than everybody else. Ain't that right, D-Butt?
Get to enshrine their legends. But did you say, okay, come to the sports book, come to DraftKings if you're not going to be an asshole? If you're betting on the Hall of Fame game, you're an ass.
That's not true.
Don't be,
Well said.
call the number right now. Put the number back up.
That's not
if
true.
If you're looking at lies or bets or people for this game, call the number.
Shut up. Let us live.
No.
I like to
Sorry,
bet
I'm responsible for what
You don't
I
wanna
say.
bet-
Yeah, you're right. You're right, D-Butt.
Don't be an asshole.
First
Don't be
football
an
game
asshole.
of the year. That's diabolical.
You were just betting on Carson Beck.
Yeah.
What's the difference now?
In soccer. We didn't know shit about soccer.
Well, exactly. We're talking. Hold on. This is what we're talking about. We got to be.
Those are the best players in the world.
We put in
a lot of fun betting on
hundreds of bets on darts this year.
I don't care what.
Hey, we know a lot about that.
Know a lot about darts.
Carson Beck versus Haynes King. Yeah, I'm gonna have a bet.
Yeah, Carson Beck.
I knew
also
Kenny Pickett was on the Panthers.
Boom, yeah, you
a
did.
contract.
I didn't know until I saw that graphic right there.
Yeah.
I was like, is there a glove on a hand? That's Kenny Pickett up there? Yes, it is. And is that Carson? Yes, it is. I remember the clips. And is Jacoby reporting to camp?
It was when we talked yesterday to multiple insiders. I believed he would report today, but we will see.
All right, so that's obviously news that we will have to talk about. Ian Rappaport will join us in the second hour at about 1:30. We have Big Perk joining us here in a matter of moments. He is still in his basement, rotating shorts out on the LeBron beat. Obviously going to continue to chat about that because the Miami Heat social team and digital team, they put out a live link for July 27th for introductory press conference. That'd be about 5 days from now. Now, they came out and said that digital team was just practicing or putting something together. Probably not supposed to make that public, but, we got to arbitrarily turn some wrenches. If we do get LeBron, we got to at least maybe have a link ready for that in the future because we got to think ahead. Well, whether it was a mistake, supposed to happen, not supposed to happen, sportsbooks reacted. Miami Heat are now your favorites to land LeBron James. Cleveland Cavaliers were the favorite just yesterday, but the Miami Heat, I don't think they fully understand, the sports books, I don't think they fully understand that some of these professional teams have the dumbest group of humans running their digital and social media departments. And I only say that because we've witnessed it, we've watched it, we've met some of these people, and they kind of are handed the keys to a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, multi-billion-dollar company, and they're entrusted with it because they're younger than the old folks who are scared to death of social media and digital. So we'll hire somebody younger to kind of run that department, and then those people, in some cases, really good. Okay, now if they're really good, they're probably going to run their own businesses. It'd be way too expensive to work for a team. But nonetheless, there's some that are very good. We've seen them across the league. Obviously, we respect the Chargers a lot. We got the Panthers a lot. There's certain teams that do very well social and digital-wise. There's a lot of these places that are ass at social and digital. So I do not think we should put too much stock in them making an arbitrary link for a potential press conference to announce LeBron James, and then doing that and then putting it public. These are the same people that put that link public. There's a lot of decisions that have to be made to keep that link private or to keep it public. So for them to do all that, it's either in a great sense of ineptitude, which is possible. We would like to say in those particular departments around buildings, certainly possible with who they're hiring for those positions. But also, if they're making a link for a press, do people want to do extra work for no reason? I'm trying to read it. Is he going to the Miami Heat?
Now he can't. No, he can't because collusion will be called into play. If he signs with the Heat and it's on, if it's on the 27th, guess what? That's getting walked back. Adam Silver's saying, no way. We're not doing this. Absolutely not. So we'll see. Maybe they do have it, scheduled. It can't be on that day anymore. So maybe that pisses LeBron off. Well, I can't make my decision on my time anymore. That's the way this is going to work. I don't think so. You guys are out. I'm going to Golden State. And to your ineptitude point, I don't know if it's real or not, but there was something going around the internet this morning about the Miami Heat looking for a new YouTube manager. So if it is real, they shit-canned that guy immediately after he did this, and they are moving on.
But I think we should understand that there are some very good digital and social people throughout the history of the world.
Yeah. Certainly.
Okay, we know that. Finding one, especially for all professional teams, you would think this would be a highly sought-after job.
Yeah.
Which it is. So that means the hiring of it is like who's doing the decision making. Those people know nothing about what to actually ask and what to do. So these people, exactly. It probably is Pat Riley making that decision. So somebody comes in here fresh off a social media degree. They got a bunch of presentations about numbers and we could do 1 trillion of this and this and this. And it's all bullshit. We all know that now in this society that we're in, living in it. But that happens in a lot of places. And we get bummed out about it. Mm-hmm. We get really bummed out about it whenever we see a video get posted of a quarterback throwing a wobble when the entire conversation is about his injury on his hand, and them doing a 4K zoom in on the ball, and then a zoom out, and then a wide receiver making an insane catch and go, it's great to be back. It's like, well, you actually just killed your quarterback, okay? Now everybody's going to wonder if he can throw a spiral. He has no idea. So what we're saying is we can't take all this as like legit, but also that feels like a lot of steps had to happen for that thing to become public.
No 6 days in advance, though. I feel like that's a long time.
This is LeBron James.
That's been kept under wraps for this long, this quiet. And obviously,
you got your Miami Heat hat on right now.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, I'm bought in. I've been bought in, though. I know he's coming home. I know Cleveland is home, but Miami is where he turned into a man.
Titles,
true. Where he married Savannah. Great golf. Better golf than Cleveland. I'll tell you that much. Better golf than, probably Golden State.
Rocket
We got guys that's gonna play defense too. We got Greek Freak. We got Bam. You go to Cleveland. You got to wear that hat.
True.
Hart ain't guard nobody.
What about Golden State?
Spide ain't guard nobody.
Tell me about Golden State.
Damn ain't guard nobody.
Huh?
Draymond's, he's a little long in the tooth.
Whoa.
Defensively.
The whole team would be very long in the tooth.
Yeah, we got Wiggins playing defense. I mean, come on, Rouse.
You think Miami actual real answer, huh? You're like super excited?
Yeah.
What about Philly?
You think
No. I personally,
That's the best chance to
I'm
win.
a big Bron fan, so I watch press conferences and everything. One of the greatest players, when he says things, you listen. And the comments he made about Jaylen Brown, I think last year maybe post game, I don't think he's going there.
Okay, that's fascinating because Greek Freak, you think he'd want to play with? You think he'd want to play with Giannis?
No.
Why not?
I mean, two similar trains just kind of coming down the tracks. I guess that'd be a good time.
Greek Freak's an off-ball guy. He's a guy that's going to run the – can you imagine them on the break?
Oh.
Bam on one wing.
Oh.
Giannis on another, and Bron bring it.
Oh, my God.
Alleys from half. Yeah.
Unsub chocolate chip cookies afterwards.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. He's 80 now.
Kicked his chocolate chip cookies out.
That's that shit.
Ovaltine. Is that what he's looking for now? Is that what that was? The old age? Okay,
Raisin
a couple
Bran.
quick things away from LeBron before we get back to it. Obviously, people love that we're talking about. We love that we're talking about it.
It's Bron.
Probably last time we get to do this.
Let's go to the Pacers, hopefully. You didn't even mention the Pacers. I
Nope.
don't love that. Sam Laporta, big
yeah.
news coming out of Iowa Hawkeye legends in the NFL. He had a herniated disc. Well, he was fully cleared and will be good for camp.
Here we go.
Hi, baby Sam. Congratulations to the Detroit Lions getting some really good news. Detroit Lions haven't had really good news like 2 years or so. Is everything okay up there, Foxy? How do we feel going into the season? Obviously, this is huge news, and we'd like to congratulate Sam on getting healthy and getting back ready to get on the field.
Yeah, I'd say everything's A-okay right now. Quick Sam Laporta stat for you guys. When he's on the field, the Lions are 32-10. When he's off the field, we are 4-5 without him. He is an absolute X factor for this offense, for Jared Goff. And in terms of the Lions in general, we're a bit under the radar right now, and I kind of like that.
True.
Yeah, you said Sam Laporta's the stats and everything like that. I thought it was Ben Johnson. Turns out Sam Laporta's actually the guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. He blocks, he catches, he does everything. He's been fantastic.
They're keeping Dan Campbell away from microphones. How come I haven't heard man? I haven't heard a man in
you're right.
so long.
Too long.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. I haven't seen any clips from him. I haven't seen any clips of the new OC. A lot of unknown right now, which is I am loving as a Lions fan.
I did appreciate his half-price apps Applebee's commercial.
So good.
I did like what he did there. I liked when the Lions were on top of the world. Now that NFC North,
Stack.
Look out.
tough sledding up there. Also, news out of the NFL: Packers D tackle Devontae Wyatt has agreed to a 3-year, $57 million deal. First highlight we have him putting a left up. I love everything about it. Chuck Pagano, one of his big things he always said was put a left up, put a left up, put a left up. I mean, strain. Even if you're not going to be there, maybe deflect something on a right-handed quarterback. I think it comes from that particular thing, and then he's kind of placed it through everything. I appreciate the fact that the Green Bay Packers, they bring in Micah, obviously have to realign the D-line and pay one of their big boys in the middle. And whenever Micah was playing, that D-line was wrecking the entire game. I assume you're excited about keeping Wyatt on the Packers, and this is big money for this time of year, it feels like.
Yeah, well deserved. And I honestly didn't know. He was kind of, he was a first-round draft pick a couple years ago when they had 2 firsts late in the first round. And it was kind of like, hey, we're going to wait and see. We don't know if we're going to pick up this guy's 5th-year option. Then that was before Micah got there. It kind of looked like there was a chance he wasn't going to potentially be a Packer. And then obviously Micah gets there. He's unbelievable with Micah. When Micah gets hurt, he's kind of the one who's stabilizing the D-line. So, yeah, with Micah being out potentially the first 4 to 6 weeks or whatever it is this year, they're going to need him to kind of solidify everything, and he has been really good, always healthy, and obviously we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is huge for the Packers.
Feels like Ed Policy's policy is let's keep our good players here.
Yeah, bingo.
I like what Ed Policy's doing over there. And once again, that's NFC North news. NFC North. And we don't even know what Kyler's going to look like down there in Minnesota. Sorry, quarterback competition between JJ and Kyler.
I think those highlights kind of solidified that if you watch the Wyatt a little bit there. There's a lot of JJ McCarthy just kind of shitting his pants out there. But the Vikings' problem is probably their defense. They just lost too many guys there, but their offense will always be unbelievable.
Let's go to some other NFL news. Fernando Mendoza has yet to sign his rookie contract. He's not the only one.
Yeah.
All the rookie QBs have yet to sign.
Wait for him.
Yeah, this is an interesting little game of cat-mouse kind of taking place with the NFL. There has been holdouts in the past, even though modern CBA has basically all the money slotted for every single draft pick for what they're going to get for the next 4 to 5 years, if they were to get franchise tagged on top of that as well. So money has basically been figured out in totality. It's always the guarantees, what's the offset language, what can kind of do this, what can do. Those little details are what lawyers charge a lot of people for and what lawyers are keeping other lawyers in business for. And I assume that's what Fernando's doing. I don't think I fully expected all the quarterbacks to kind of be holding out kind of. But is that what's happening here? Is this time for us to say, I guess they haven't missed anything yet, so... It's not a holdout yet, but they haven't done a deal. This is fascinating little development here.
It is, but we assume this will all get worked out. All these guys will be on their teams day one when it comes to it. I know, like you said, there's always different language. I remember when I signed my contract, one of the things we're going back and forth about was getting some deferred payment because I didn't want all my money up front. I wanted to wait kind of to that next March to get a large chunk of my money just because I was 22. I was like, let me live this first season, go to the off season, and get a different chunk. And then, my people kind of like, hey, you want your money to be growing, interest and all the other shit. But I was like, wait. So it's back and forth probably with his team, but probably back and forth with the team, but all different quarterbacks. So I'm sure they'll get this figured out and they'll all be in camp.
I would assume you're one of the first guys to ever want to defer payment as opposed to wanting the money right now. I respect you thinking about you at that age.
Yeah.
For me, that money was already gone before I even got it. Yeah. That Cadillac Escalade almost got repoed because I didn't have any money. I thought signing bonus, as soon as I sign this thing, as soon as I get drafted, it's going into my bank account. That thing took 3-4 weeks, and I'll tell you what, the bank was wondering what the fuck was going on. Cadillac Escalade was awesome. That was the greatest. That was my favorite car.
Oh, yeah.
Night I got drafted, I bought this thing.
Good car.
Still bringing it.
Don't have any money, obviously, at that point. I just assumed. I had to show the news, like a news thing to the bank person that was trying to repo the car. Like, hey, this money's coming. I promise. It's the NFL deal. To be nobody around me really knew when this was getting here.
Google me, dude.
That thing was gone. As soon as I got there, I got interest, penalties, payments happening. I mean, that car it might have been. That car was worth 175% of what I had paying because of what happened. So a little bit different animal. But maybe I should have deferred a little bit later on, maybe getting a car that I couldn't afford.
So the report is that the $57.2 million contract is predetermined by the NFL's rookie wage scale, but Mendoza's camp wants the signing bonus worth up to $38 million paid in one lump sum immediately, which is customary for the top pick. But the Raiders don't want to pay it all at once. They want to play it all.
Yeah, and Deba told you exactly what Fernando's people are saying. We want the money so we can grow the interest. And the Raiders are saying, we'll keep it. So, and they're thinking about doing the same. Let's get away from rookie contracts happening. Hopefully they'll all get figured out. Hey, good luck.
Good luck out there.
Get him.
I mean, Mark Davis was kind of flexing his muscle a little bit. He's like, you think I'm building a stadium to not put grass in there? Yeah, right. And it's like, we build a stadium, build a new franchise, has that new house out there. Now you got a quarterback that wants $38 million right now.
Yep.
Good luck out there. Pulling for you, Mark, because that team looks better than it's ever looked.
Yep.
The stadium obviously going. The vibe seemingly positive. Their over-under is what? 6.5? 5.5 or something?
We did the other day. I think it was 5.5.
I think it was 5.5.
There's 17 games in a season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many Fernando start?
Well, if he signs his contract, they got to give him $38 million first. Let's go back to the NBA, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us now is an absolute legend, a guy who hasn't left his basement since the finals.
Yeah, pretty much.
Long time.
15-year NBA veteran and champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Perk Kendrick Perkins. Perk, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm still up here in the attic, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So it's not the basement. You're saying it's the attic.
Well, in Texas we don't have basements. You know what I mean? We got attics. So I'm still up here in the attic, but you know what? I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
Life could be much worse. Obviously, we get a chance to chat about sports. Thank God for that. And obviously, the way you chat about basketball is spectacular, especially whenever we're just trying to fill time until LeBron James makes a damn decision. On that note, D-Butt, South Florida Hall of Famer, actually, but obviously Miami Heat fan. He's reliving the glory days of whenever LeBron made the decision and took his talents down to South Florida, and he's going to the Heat. Now, there's a lot of things that happened down there. It didn't last as long as we thought, but they certainly had massive success. Goes back to Cleveland, has success there. Now we're at the Lakers. This thing's over. I would like to see him, personally, go to Golden State. Okay, just because I want to see him and Steph Curry do a circus-like thing every single night in some arena. And I assume the conversations behind the scenes will be incredible. I assume the golf convo will be incredible. I assume the business, Rich Paul will be up there in Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
I mean, LeBron will own the next Snapchat and the next everything going forward. So in my head, it feels like Golden State's the answer. What do you think? And Miami Heat's digital team put out a link saying there's an introductory press conference coming on July 27th that has everybody all kind of zeked up, if you will. So what are your thoughts on it all, Perk? And you up in that attic, when do you think you're exiting after he makes a decision? July 27th seems like a potential deadline here for you.
Yeah, I know. Listen, let me say this. I would love to see him and Steph Curry play. I would love to see that. That would be must-see TV. But I also would love to see him and Giannis play alongside one another. Yes. Like when we talk about all-time greats, Giannis Antetokounmpo is top 5 greatest power forwards of all time. In my opinion, he's knocking at the door and one championship away of being the clear-cut number 2 right behind Tim Duncan. And when you think about these two freight trains being on the same squad, on the same floor, coming at you, how do you stop it? I believe last year, LeBron James, he ranked number 3 in transition buckets. I believe that Giannis last year ranked number 7 in transition buckets. Their defense, you combine all 3 of those guys with Braun IQ and Bam and Giannis anchoring with Andrew Wiggins on the perimeter and Davion Mitchell. Like, they would be one of the greatest defensive teams in the history of the NBA. And Pat Riley made it very, very clear that I don't have time to wait. I'm not trying to wait 2 years. I'm trying to get this done now. And I get it. Right now, Giannis, he want to be Billy Badass. He don't have friends. He don't reach out to people. He don't do all that nonsense. I get all that, right? But if they're trying to get LeBron, he got to put his damn pride aside. At some point, you got to jump off the porch and you got to pick up that damn phone and call somebody. Because, Pat, hey, guess what? If I need to talk to you, damn it, I'm going to FaceTime your ass at 12 o'clock, midnight. If you don't answer, you going to get another FaceTime call from me at 6 in the morning till you pick up the damn phone. If you're trying to get something done, sometimes you have to get uncomfortable. And I think the best destination right now for what LeBron James is looking for, meaning sunny weather, because you're not going from LA for 8.5 years and trying to move to a city like Cleveland, Philly, or Indiana, where you're going to have to deal with snow at some point in cold weather. You're trying to get somewhere where you could play golf, you could wiggle your toes in the sand, along with playing some great basketball. And last but not least, over this period of time, while we wait on LeBron, it have you thinking, and we all turn into investigators. And I got to thinking, last year, the most important part of the season for LeBron that I felt like something went off in his head is when Luka and Austin Reeves was hurt, and then he became the number 1 option again and primary ball handler in that Houston Rockets series. That right there gave him a different view and more life. If he goes to Miami, which he should, he will be that primary ball handler and that guy that he wants to be.
Inspector Perkins. That was pretty good. Tying it back there because
made a lot of sense.
Yeah, I do remember whenever Luka and Austin were down there, like, well, they're dead. And then Braun did it for 1 game. Then he did it for 2 games. They're like, he's way too old to be doing what he's doing right now. They need to get him some help. He's going to do this again. He's going to do it again. And then against Houston, he had that moment. And it's just absurd to think that he's still able to do this, which leads to the next question. Is this a 1-year thing? Is this, or like Connor seems to believe, and I'm on his side, I don't think this is capped at 1 year. I think we got a 2-year runway wherever we're headed. Now, I could be completely wrong because maybe he is enjoying golf and retirement life, and maybe there is some other things that are available for him to do, and maybe he does just want to wiggle those toes, in the sand.
Get that.
He's got that toe.
A lot of wear and tear.
Yep.
That toe.
Yeah,
we've all seen that.
Oh,
toe.
yeah. Yep.
That thing goes.
Yeah, turns left.
Does.
How does he have
A lot of fast breaks.
It doesn't make any. I mean, it's like he's got. He's like little paddles down there.
Yep.
Because like
Hey,
toes.
Pat,
Go ahead.
That's what y'all. Hey, listen. That's what y'all call $1 billion feet. You know what I mean? That's billion. That's what $1 billion fee. Hey, those feet been in trenches. You know what I mean?
For
a lot of stop and goes, a lot of cuts, turns, first 3 steps. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it doesn't, and I agree 100%. It's like Ryan Fox with his golf swing being what it is.
Yep.
I'm told that the big toe is like good for grip and balancing. Like it's like the most explosive athlete I've seen. The guy doesn't even have one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean his.
He got to just point a different way.
Yeah, but they
Can you imagine having that type of?
You're right. I didn't know he had a joystick.
Yeah.
He could go. It was
up, down. You got different,
I didn't even think about that because the big toe is actually saying, "Hey, other toe, get out of the way. Let me get under here real quick." So he kind of gets rid of the extra, which is kind of what he does, right? He kind of trims the fat. He kind of trims the fat. Sure. His toes said, "Let me take the lead here. Let me go down here." I didn't expect us to have that particular convo, but I do think he's in incredible shape, and I think he likes what he's doing. And like the great quarterbacks that we've watched, they never want to leave. You know, it's like, hey, the whole building has been built around you your whole life. You've committed your whole life to this. You're still great. If your body can keep up, why not keep going? It's like your brain's only getting better. If your body, for LeBron, I think a lot of people are thinking, okay, he's got a 1-year run here, it's going to be over. And it's like, I'm with Connor. It feels like he's in great shape. I don't know why.
It's like a year-to-year thing, just like we do with the old quarterbacks. You know, Aaron Rodgers or, Brady, he wanted to play forever. But, usually you get to a point where it's like, okay, every year, hey, I'm going to take some time away. Big Ben, I think he went, they all do it. Most of them have to do it. But usually you can see Father Time start winning. But like you said, Bron still looks like he has a runway. Even if he won't be a top 10 player, he gets to play for another 5 years and be another, top 25 player in the league. With, from what we see at least.
It's what we're going through right now with Aaron Donald conversation. It's like Aaron Donald, good luck subbing him out. Like if Aaron Donald comes back and he's on the field, like, okay, yeah, good luck subbing. It's like LeBron feels like the same. Like you're going to take LeBron off the court right now? You're going to not give the ball to LeBron right now? Like, I don't know. And on that note, Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Perk, I agree with you about like Giannis. Hey, you got to swallow your pride and maybe smooch a little butt if you want LeBron to come down to Miami. But we made this was the biggest trade kind of several years in the making here. When is Giannis going to get moved? He finally does. We saw the haul that comes from him. Like, does he want to be a sidekick? Because I understand how good he is and everything, but like if LeBron goes to the Heat, that is immediately it's LeBron's team. That's what everyone's going to – and Giannis, he does become like the de facto sidekick. Is that something that he even wants? Like, is he willing to accept that or no?
Well, I mean, the only thing that Giannis should want is to win the championship. Look, I strongly believe this, that Giannis will never win another championship if he's the number one scoring option. He's going to get you through 82 games because he's that dominant. But if you look at where the game is going and where it's went over the last 3 years, look at our last 3 NBA champions. The Boston Celtics, what did they have? Perimeter play to get it done offensively.
Great.
Oklahoma City Thunder, what did they have? Perimeter play to get it done offensively. The New York Knicks, perimeter play, big body Brunson to get it done in close games. I'm not saying Giannis is not that one of those dudes, but when you're talking about closing out games and they get in the fourth quarter, you need that perimeter guy. You need that guy. And so if Bron was to come, I don't think Giannis would mind being a 1B. That 1B still is going to go out there and get you 25 points and 12 rebounds and maybe 3 blocks. At this point in Giannis' career, over the last 4 or 5 years, it hasn't been pleasant for him. Either he's been injured, he's been dealing with multiple coaches, multiple teammates, and now all of a sudden you get back to a space where you're actually able to compete. You don't give a damn at that point, and he shouldn't. So again, he needs to swallow his pride and pick up that damn phone, because Pat Riley expectations is to win the championship.
I love that somebody told you that everybody's calling, but Giannis isn't calling, and you go, excuse me? I love that you heard that somewhere. Somebody told you of actual knowledge directly from situation. I don't know if it was Rich or if somebody else. I don't know. And you go, what do you mean Giannis hasn't called? Every team has recruited LeBron to try to get out there. Steph Curry and Steve Kerr put together a car. They gifted it to him. They did an entire thing. Cleveland Cavaliers said they'll shut.
They did?
I don't know.
Is that legal?
I have no idea. But it is sounding like people are like, hey, we really want you here. And it sounds like you heard that Giannis is refusing to do that. Is that accurate? Because I've heard you a couple times say this now. You said it on First Take. Go ahead.
It was his interview, Pat. His interview said that he felt like he didn't need to pitch nothing, that Braun knows what's going on in Miami. And my thing is outside of him trying to get Braun there to win the championship, like sharing a locker room with greats, I call myself a groupie, NBA groupie, because I played with so many Hall of Famers. And when you're able to share a locker room with an all-time great and experience that type of greatness and sharing a locker room with LeBron James, it's nothing like it. Like, real talk. And I experienced it for 2 years. I was able to watch his routine. I was able to watch this man leave practice, go shoot a commercial, come back, get treatment. Like, be able to watch him move like the president was a beautiful thing to see. Like, at some point, you got to sit back and think and say, you know what? When I get older and I'm retired, like, as I age and my kids start to have kids, hopefully no time soon, because I'm ready for their asses to get out the house and I don't need grandbabies right now. But when I do get grandbabies, I want to be able to tell them stories. I want to be able to share them moments. So when you look back and you say, hey, Dad, hey, Grandpa, hey, whatever they call me, I don't want to be called Grandpa. I figure out the nickname.
Yeah, what do you want, Pops?
I don't want
Pops?
Nah, you know what? My grandbabies might just call me Big Perk,
Big
bro.
Daddy.
Like like we're in the new age. I ain't with all that. You know what I'm saying? Big Perk, Papa Perk, something to
Grandkids
that
come
nature.
walking up.
Papa Perk.
Big
Papa
Perk, what up,
Perk,
man?
yeah.
Fucking dap up. Good to see you, dude. Walking around.
But I'm saying,
there's
like,
chance.
bro, it's stories that you know what I'm saying? Like, we all in, Pat, you done shared locker rooms with
Vinatieri
all-time
and Peyton,
greats.
that's what I was about to say. Vinatieri, I worked with Adam Vinatieri, like literally directly every single day. No way I would have had success both in life and in football if it wasn't for just watching how he operated. And then Peyton Manning also. It's like, and then you up in New England.
Tom Brady, Randy Moss, Belichick.
Chuck Pagano used to
what
say,
I'm saying.
to the young guys, hey, if this is your first or second year, there's like 7 guys in here that have been in the league for 10 years. Just go ahead and get in their back pocket. Just
White Freeney.
watch whatever the hell they do. Robert
Matthews.
I mean, there's just a lot of them that you watch why and how they go about doing what they do. And it's like, oh, the smallest of things, treatment even. Like, hey, this is how you do treatment. This is how you leave treatment, or this is how you work in treatment. This is how you talk to trainers. This is how you do that. Not saying Giannis needs that, but if you're going to get a chance to get a master class in how to do the NBA, which I think LeBron has done.
More than half.
And if he's worried about it, he could call Luka. Like, Luka was just with him, and I don't think Luka was 1B. Like, when Luka was on, he was the guy there. And it was fine with, like, LeBron played great with him. So, like, if he's got an issue, he'd call Luka and ask him, too.
I still think he needs to go to Golden State. All right, forget about that. Let's move along. Papa Perk, big Papa Perk. Obviously going to have a lot of stories for the grandkids. They're also going to ask you some questions, too, probably. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Perk, they'll probably ask you why you hated Kevin Durant so much while he played in the NBA.
What's the deal, Perk?
We heard what you said earlier about Perk working out with Paulo, I believe, instead of KD, excuse me, working out with Paulo Banchero instead of the Rockets. What is the situation there? Because I was just screwing with you. We don't think you actually hate KD, but there is seemingly some gruff between the Houston Rockets, Kevin Durant, and whatever's going on there, Sengun, all those guys. What is their situation? Do you think KD's a guy that might also be on his way out at some point next year?
Well, I don't. And here's the thing. I have no problem with Kevin Durant. I always, in my opinion, he's the greatest scorer to ever touch the damn basketball. But
played with him.
They didn't give up Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks to get KD for him not to come to Houston and deliver a championship. Like, I grew up a Elijah Warren fan. I grew up a Sam Cassell fan. I grew up a Vernon Maxwell fan, Mario Elliott, Otis Thorpe, who I learned how to shoot my jump hook from. Like, I was Clutch City all day. And what I'm saying is, is that the Rockets, out of all the teams that been making moves, you sit up and you watch OKC and the Spurs duke it out in a brawl for it all in the Western Conference, and you sit still and you say, you know what? Our players are untouchable. We want no parts of the Giannis sweepstakes. Okay, cool. That's fine. Trust your coaching, trust your player development. But in the offseason, I need to see some type of chemistry. I need to see some type of togetherness, because the narrative and what was coming out from the Houston Rockets organization in the locker room was those guys, and I haven't used one in a long time, they didn't fuck with one another.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Okay. So my thing is, you know how you develop that throughout the offseason. And all I was saying was I didn't have a problem with Paolo Banchero working out with Kevin Durant, but I would like to see some videos of that surface of him working out with Atari Eason or Jabari Smith to let you know, because when you develop a relationship with guys outside of the lines, your relationship in between the lines become a lot stronger. These are facts. This is not my opinion. Before the Rockets were relevant again, when they signed Fred VanVleet, when they had a young Jalen Green, we saw videos circulating around the internet in the offseason of Fred VanVleet wrapping his arm around Jalen Green, and all of a sudden, that season they took off and finished with the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. That's all I'm saying.
We agree. In our sport, no team has ever won that didn't love each other, like each other, hang out with each other. I mean, it's very obvious what teams like each other and what teams don't, and they're the ones that are playing late. I assume in the NBA it's very similar, because we watched a team here in Indiana and the Pacers be great, then something happened, nobody likes each other, we got to restart all of a sudden. Great. And we were in the finals. We were taking on LeBron in Miami every single year, and then they had to completely restart because
seemed like some of that was happening with Philly last year, the Eagles.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, went from beating the shit out of the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and then questions every what's going on with this guy, what's going on with that guy. So yeah,
chemistry matters. You need your leaders to kind of do it. Maybe Kevin Durant doesn't want to just show it publicly. It's like, hey, we're building in the dark, dude. How about that, Perk? How about that, Perk? Yeah, you got no answer to that. Kevin Durant, he's going to unload a photo dump. It's throughout the last 3 months, him arms around the entire Houston Rockets.
He's been laying low on social.
I would say.
Well, he kind of had to.
Yeah.
The internet sleuths got him a little bit. They found him.
More than one time.
Yeah, but I will say this. He knows this, too, because he does actually live in the paint.
Loves it.
Of the internet. Kevin Durant is in the paint.
Oh, yeah.
On the internet.
Think he's still lurking?
Definitely.
Always lurking.
Definitely.
Easy money sniper?
He has been trying to catch it. He has been, I assume there's a Rolodex of can't wait to murder. Yeah. This one's going to get one too.
This guy up here is going to get, Park's going to get one.
Definitely going to get, he'll be back. We know it.
Oh,
we know he will.
I hope.
Easy Money Sniper will come back in a huge way on the internet. And if you live in the paint, we all know it's possible.
Oh, yeah.
Every once in a while, you're going to get
yammed on.
You're going to get yammed on. He did. He got caught up pretty good. He took a lot of dunks. He said, all right, I'll step out of the paint for a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's watching the paint.
Oh, yeah.
And he is waiting. And Perk might be the one that kind of gets him back onto the court again, Excuse me. This fucking guy again. And he comes out. I will love everything.
Hey, Perk, actually, who got your ass? Who's the first one to get you? And I know you were a rim protector. Who's the first one to get you?
Man, to be honest, you know what? It might have been Giannis, a young Giannis, if I'm not mistaken. Look, I done got caught a lot in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? But when you're a shot blocker, you're gonna get dunked on. Here's the thing. The one thing I respect about role players and defenders is the good ones and the great ones, they're not afraid of embarrassment. You know what I mean? They're not afraid of embarrassment. They don't give a damn what's going on in the outside world. I don't know if y'all knew this, but I didn't really get involved with social media until I retired. You know what I'm saying? I had to protect my peace. I had to protect my sanity. But you know what Kevin Garnett told me before? The great Kevin Garnett. He was out for a season, and I was having the season of my career, a good season, almost made the All-Star game. And he said, all right, Just like your ass be running home to turn on ESPN when you have a good game, make sure you keep that same energy when you have a bad game, and you use that shit as fire, God damn it. And I was like, all right, cool. So I learned not to be sensitive as a young player to criticism. And I learned to embrace that, because we're just talking basketball. Like, these guys get so sensitive nowadays. You know, it was nothing that no one ever said on television that stopped me from going to sleep with my AC on 60 and my box fan blowing in my face. I went to sleep real comfortable and cool every single night. I didn't give a damn what was going on.
All right, thanks for painting a picture for us, like we were in the room there with you. You know, I like it cold too.
That's Big Papa Perk.
I like it cold too. And you said you weren't on social media because you wanted to protect your peace whenever you were playing, which means you would have got pissed off, which then means we could have described you as thin-skinned, which is what you just did to the guys now. But I'm not going to go through that entire thing. I'm just going to say you're the man. I'm going to say you're the man, and we love you, Perk. Live in that attic, bro. We appreciate you. Hey, that's Big Perk.
Baby.
Big Papa Perk.
Big Papa Perk.
Big Papa Perk. I stayed off social media to protect my peace. I get pissed. I read that stuff. These guys these days, they get pissed at this stuff.
Too thin-skinned.
You're the best.
It's tough. It gets tough in there.
It is hard because
playing DB. Whew, you have 55 great plays. Those 4 or 5 bad ones. Cut this guy.
Yep.
He stinks. Get rid of him.
And we're going to see it again, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that's somebody else's highlight.
Yeah. It's a touchdown problem.
Yeah.
Or big first down. Or 2-minute, 18-yard first down conversion, field goal.
Sounds like you remember these plays. Yeah, these are exact moments in my life.
Scars.
Yeah, I had to watch these plays 45 times. Ask me why I took that step. Just don't take that step.
Don't worry, Killer Bees did that to a lot of guys.
Hey, it's crazy. Have yours? They did.
Not in New England.
We watched that, actually. Yeah. We'll be doing our top 5-ish NFL punt returners in the history of the NFL in the next hour. That'll be fun. You'll see some Pittsburgh Steelers highlights in there. But their practices, like what they're working on, DBs, it's crazy. Hey, you can't move your foot an eighth of an inch. You move your foot an eighth of an inch, guy's gone. And guess what? They even got whites that are ready to poo. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is one of them. Yeah. So many meeting rooms saying, I know what he looks like. I know. Just get on your horse. Okay, this guy will stack you. I know it doesn't look like it. He will. How many times has that been said?
A lot.
Yeah, I would assume. That's real deal. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, 2-time Super Bowl champ. At one point, not only was he the Triple Crown, it was actually quadruple crown because it was also yards after catch leader whenever he was with the Los Angeles Rams. He goes to the Seattle Seahawks. What's he do? Oh, wins a Super Bowl.
No big deal.
Now, alongside his bride in Fayetteville, Arkansas, calling it home, he's the founder and owner of Dodo Coffee.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us, entrepreneur, barista, Super Bowl champion, a man who's done everything on a football field, including embarrass folks in front of their families. Ladies and gentlemen, Cooper Kupp.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
How are you, man? That conversation that I chit-chatted about people having in other meeting rooms, I'm assuming you've heard that your entire life, that people are saying, no matter what he looks like, I don't care how disgusting his beard looks, okay, because he hasn't shaved it in 3 months. Yeah, exactly. Cooper, thank you for joining us, man. You're the best.
No, of course. Thank you for having me. Yeah, no, being the underdog, right? As we're talking about, you gotta convince people, don't let him be the underdog, right? It's a lifetime journey.
And let's talk about your lifetime journey, having a lot of great endings and outcomes. 2-time Super Bowl champion, obviously Super Bowl MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, 681 career receptions, 8,300 plus yards, 60 touchdowns. And the beard, I will say, didn't know beards could grow like that. Did not know that they could do that, so we've learned a lot through it all. If you were to go back and talk to a young Coop, is this exactly what you saw for yourself, nobody else did? Or is it kind of, as it's all unraveling, you're kind of discovering what's all possible with your football abilities?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of both. I think I've got a healthy expectation for myself, goals that I set. And I guess I've said I worked too hard in the offseason. Too much blood, sweat, and tears have gone into this. too much sacrifice from me, from my family, from the people nearby me to say that this wasn't the goal we set out to accomplish in the first place. So I'm not going to do them the injustice of saying it wasn't part of the whole plan, but there's still a part of it that you discover that you look back on seasons and say, man, that was just such an unbelievable thing to go through. So many things fell in place, went right. And so there's a mixture of the two.
All right. Well, we enjoy watching your entire story. Obviously, others will utilize it as motivation forever, which is sweet. And I know that you certainly honor and respect that story being for the future. Now, let's talk about, 9 to Dime podcast and your Los Angeles Rams run and everything we saw there. Because they talk about the Triple Crown, which is catches, yards, and touchdowns. But you also had yards after catch as well. So you had one of the most historic seasons in the history of the NFL. We learn about you, I think, as an athlete and a player in Los Angeles. You have a massive amount of success. You and the quarterback are best friends. You're another quarterback on the field. And then whenever you leave, obviously, it's like, whoa. We thought that was going to be a forever thing. Going back to Washington, to the Seattle Seahawks, and then what do? Oh, just win a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So can you tell me when you get back to Seattle, get to the Seattle Seahawks, is it a little weird? And then how early in there do you think, we have a team that nobody outside of this place thinks can win it all, but I believe in what we have in here because of what I'm seeing, and I've obviously done it in the past.
Yeah, it was an interesting way of all that stuff working out because without a doubt, I mean, it was still, we were still, probably a quarter of the way through the season coming out of the tunnel. It's like weird coming out of this side of the stadium, because I've come out the other side for so many times. So it was just kind of, that took some getting used to. And eventually it does. Eventually it does become just what life is. But then the other side of that is like, you spent 8 years in LA and we did things a certain way in LA. Like it was, Sean has, his alchemy is science, we're scientifically building like what we know works, what we know is going to win games. And so that's just all I knew. And you get to Seattle and it's like, hey, there's a piece of this. It's like, hey, we're just going to play harder than you. We're going to just outcompete you. We're just going to play more physical than you. And so there was this other side of things. It's like, man, you can still, there's more than one way to win a football game, to, build a culture. It was very different. So it took a second to be like, man, what is the expectation? Because this is so different going through training camp in terms of how it's built and what you're projecting out. You're not seeing the data sheets, right? I'm not seeing the Excel spreadsheet that says this is how we're going to win games. It's like, no, we're just gonna come and hit them really, really hard, and we're just gonna like will ourselves to win. And then that came to life.
God, I love that. I love that worked.
Yeah.
I love that won a Super Bowl because they always say there's so many different ways to do things, but normally accountability, attention to detail, work ethic is all going to be a part of everybody's, kind of mechanisms. But until one particular culture or strategy wins, then you're always going to wonder if it can get the job done. Well, very quickly into a new culture out there in Seattle, they get the job done, even though Schneider has remained new head coach over there, who I think we've all kind of fallen in love with. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, what is the biggest thing, I guess, going from Sean McVay to Mike Max? I always played for defensive head coaches, so you going from an offensive head coach and now, having a new OC, I don't know how familiar you are with him in that system. I'm sure you'll have a lot of input with that. But how different, what was the biggest difference going and playing under Mike Mack? And that defense, I mean, the shit you probably see in practice on a day-to-day basis and what's going on in the league is crazy. But what was the biggest difference for you?
Yeah, well, there's, a few things. One, it was like, go through training camp. In LA, if the offense had a bad day, the entire day was awful. Like there was nothing good that happened. If the offense was bad, it's like, no, this is awful. Sean's in a terrible mood. He's ripping everyone. There's days in training camp where I thought, oh boy, we just had a tough one offensively. And Mike brings it up and is like, hey guys, this is how we practice. This is how we practice, right? That needs to be the model every time. You're like, oh yeah, there's like this like thing. The offensive coaches, defensive coaches, just seeing their side of the ball. So that part was nice. Because you're like, okay, there's a little bit of like, you get to be your own, like, you really are your own critic on a lot of this stuff, and you're really challenging yourself as an offense. But then the other side of that is like the defensive challenge of going against, our defense day in and day out. And we go, Mike's a big believer in ones-on-ones. Like during training camp, it's ones-on-ones drill work. In LA, it was a little bit more of ones-on-twos, like you're getting looks. you're working on specific things against specific looks that maybe like the defense doesn't want to major in. So you're going against twos that are giving you certain looks, so you can test plays out. In Seattle, it was just ones-on-ones. Let's go compete over and over and over and over again. So you're seeing, what ended up being the best defense in the league on a daily basis. That's a great challenge for us offensively.
I love that is McDonald's strategy. Like, I like that's how he is.
Good on good.
They go back to that first team meeting that he had where he goes, all right, I want you to close your eyes. It's late January. We're at home. It's raining. It's a little chilly. Hell for them, just right for us. And then he was a year off. He said he was going to get it the first year.
Yeah.
Then the second year it happens. It's like, I like that he's implemented this. And
that's a Ravens. It's coming from the Ravens.
I like that this style is winning.
Yeah.
Because you do wonder. Like, because you talk about McVay, he's able to draw up plays. Not that there isn't other offense coordinators. We're about to ask you about one, actually. But he was able to draw up plays that, like, I don't want to say forced you to be open, but certainly put defense in bad leverage, and then let's execute it. And I like the fact that you're seeing the data. Hey, if you run this fast, this person cannot catch you. This will be a wide open play. I didn't know he was that attentive to it all, but we've seen it work, and it's awesome. And Stafford just won the MVP in that particular offensive system. So I assume that's what you need. McDonald just being like, hey, we're going to fight these dudes.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I am a huge fan. And Seattle is not going to get talked about enough ever because of how far away it is. I mean, you understand because you've been out there for a long time. But it's like the respect that they should be taking from everybody in the league has probably already happened. And now media is just going to have to catch up. But I'll tell you, the more I hear, the more I love. Tell me about Sam Darnold, okay? Because I love that story a lot, okay? I thought him leaving Minnesota was wild. Like, this guy finally did it, finally found it. This is finally the right spot. And then it's like, well, he also got offered $100 million, whatever. It's like, all right, you got to go do what you got to do at this stage. He was cast off, had to take his own journey, didn't know if he was ever going to get back into any meaningful football games. And then when push came to shove, he played great football. Tell me about Sam Darnold, his leadership, and is there similarities with Matthew Stafford in the two?
Yeah, no, there is. I mean, there's one, first of all, didn't work out great for Minnesota. You saw the repercussions of that.
I didn't know you were an NFL analyst group. I didn't know.
But I will say, I debate whether to say anything at all. But that being said, I'm really thankful that we were able to be the benefactors of that decision in Seattle. And so, Sam, I think the coolest thing about Sam is he is one of the few, maybe one of the only quarterbacks in the history of the NFL to be written off, to be a high draft pick, to be written off, go through multiple teams, multiple organizations, end up being a backup, and then to come back and reemerge and then go and win a Super Bowl. I mean, his path has maybe never been replicated in the NFL before. And to see his resilience, the mental fortitude to push through all those things, the self-confidence to be able to believe in yourself to that point, because there was times where nobody believed in him. There was nobody in the NFL, all the people that are outside of the buildings that believed that he could go do this thing, and he just over and over again showed up, went to work, and made it happen. And so I've got so much respect for him in terms of his process, the way he plays the game, builds himself up, and he's always learning. He's always getting better. He's always challenging himself. It's never good enough, and there's always more that can be done. It's special to see him go to work.
Well, speaking of going to work, I'm seeing this now for the first time. Opening pitch at the Mariners game last night.
Oh, I haven't even seen this yet.
Me neither. We'll judge it in real time here. Sam Darnold from the bump.
If we didn't see it, it had to have gone well, right? Yeah. See, so, you only see it if it was a disaster.
Well, we don't know if anybody was at that game. Okay, we don't know if anybody had cameras on this other than just whatever social team this was. We didn't see the completed strike.
I mean, get a camera on the catcher for Christ's sake, so we can see where it goes.
If it's a strike, it's looking a little high.
Hold on, we got another.
Looking a little high.
Hold on, we got another.
See, and he gave a little maybe you need to be down a little bit.
Here's alternate angle from right behind.
Here we go. How we feel.
Yeah. Somebody swung at it.
It was high. He took the safe. This is the safe route. You lob that thing in there, right? Like you're not going to end up on SportsCenter for the wrong reasons.
The not top.
Don't end up next to 50 Cent. That's the goal. You walk out there, don't end up next to 50.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, if you do end up next to 50, it's a pretty cool spot to be. It happened to me one time. It was one of the coolest nights of my life. But there's also
it's maybe the only time you don't want to be next to 50.
Yeah, I think so. I appreciated you saying. Seemed like Minnesota made the right decision there, and then you said I debated saying anything right there in real time. You go through what we go through every single day right there in real life. Okay, tell me a little bit about, is it Dodo or Doo-Doo?
Dodo. Come on, Pat.
It wouldn't be poop. It wouldn't be Doo-Doo.
Exactly,
Don't you need
right?
poop
Like,
too?
come on, you know I wouldn't.
Throw the coffee bean manure.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be poop.
You know we wouldn't do it.
Hey, well, cool.
Take a little smell. Take a little smell. They're fantastic beans. It's special. Oh yeah, why don't you just throw it in the mouth? It's good.
Yeah. What should I be expecting in the flavor here, Coop? What should I be expecting here as I?
Like right now, I don't know. Crunchy. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to yourself?
Trying to find the flavor profile.
I want to showcase to people how good it is.
Brazil and Colombia. This is good. So this is the stuff that we import here. Is top 1% in the world. Yeah. You're only going to be getting good. You're only going to be in the best in the world. So, if you eat them like this, I guess you're getting the top 1% crunchy coffee beans in the world. There's a top 1% of crunchy coffee beans as well. So
I'll tell you what, I don't recommend doing that too many times, but if you're going to do it, do it with Dodo.
You
can get Dodo right now, dodocoffee.co right now. It is available.
You can just chew them up and then you just take a swig of hot water and you just get coffee on the go.
Switch it around a bit. Gargle it maybe.
Maybe this is something you should, little packs of them.
Yeah.
Little packs so I can dump it in there and get the hot water. Yeah.
And you just do it. Like really, really creating like a to-go coffee situation. That's fantastic.
Instant coffee.
I don't recommend that.
I do feel like I got a little Colombian Bam Bam in me right now. It feels like it really went. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Coop. A little bit of little Colombian.
I don't know what you're talking about, but good for you, man. Good. I'm glad that it's hitting the bloodstream.
Thank you.
In LA.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about. Not saying you do, but you do know. This is the Dodo blend. Okay, it's a medium dark roast. Notes: milk chocolate, orange citrus, medium body. I could have said that myself, but I don't want to disrespect it. Dodocoffee.co. Okay, DODOCOFFEE.co. Love what you're doing. I appreciate the fact that you and the lady are chasing something you appreciate and love together. And good luck. I'll continue to eat your coffee, and I hope you have a great off season going into training camp, brother.
Awesome. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it.
When do you report?
I'm leaving today, and we're reporting Friday.
Okay.
Let's go.
We're back,
Let's
dude.
go.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go.
Hey.
Let's go.
Hey, I know you guys want to fight each other at training camp. That's like kind of your guys' way. We need a couple highlights so we can go, you know, so like that's what we need. We need a couple highlights.
Yeah, well, we got the Hard Knocks thing going, so if it happens, it's going to be on camera.
No pressure, dude.
Yeah.
By the way, you should be wearing a Dodo coffee suit in that thing everywhere you go.
Every app
with a maybe a QR code that can go right to your
I'll
website.
see what I can do branding wise. I'll see what I can get done.
You're the man. That's Cooper Cup, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you guys.
Did you taste the flavor profile?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Jacked up.
Yeah, we'll be back on the other side. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice.
But it is great to be down here in T-Town, Alabama. Now, let's do a little history here, shall we? This is, what's your name?
Gabby.
Gabby, you're a senior here, right?
That's correct.
And what is your major?
Chemical engineering.
Okay. Okay, have you ever kicked anything before?
No.
Okay, but you said you want to do it, not get somebody else because...
Because I camped out for so many hours with my friend, and I got lucky enough to get picked, so let's go for it.
Yes!
Yeah!
Yes!
All right!
We love that, Gabby. $300,000 if you make this kick right here, Gabby, okay?
Oh, my gosh.
That seems fair.
I don't know what a chemical engineering degree costs, but hopefully that'll help towards it all.
My parents would love that.
Okay.
I'll throw in 200 as well.
He's throwing it to $500,000. All right, Gabby.
Okay.
Good luck. We're pulling for you. 33 yards. All you got to do is make the kick. Good luck, Gabby.
Okay. Thank you.
Any final thoughts?
I love you, Mom got it, brother.
Love that, Mom and Dad. Hope you have a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabby Mathis, chemical engineer, senior here at Alabama, will attempt to win $500,000.
Oh, it's come to this, huh? It's come to this. It's come to this.
Dad, why'd you smack me in the face? Kirk just smacked me in the face. How about this? How about this, Gabby? If Kirk Herbstreit can throw that football through those uprights right there, we'll give you $300,000. Are you okay with that? $300,000. If Kirk Herbstreit can throw it through those uprights, former Ohio State quarterback,
oh boy.
No warm-up, full suit for Gabby. Get Gabby, get Gabby, get Gabby. Congratulations, Gabby. All right. It's getting even more pricey. Kirk Herbstreit, I did not know you had that in you.
Oh, that's great.
Gabby, it's for you, your mom, your brother, the whole family. Congratulations, and Kirk, good on you, man. It was close. Back to you, Reese. Jeez. Way to go, Gabby.
Hey, what a moment. You know, I love the fact that Gabby wanted the experience. The old blue-eyed Buckeye still got a little sing in that arm of his.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the DraftKings Thunderdome. On this Winter Wednesday, July 22nd, 2026, hour 2 of the program begins now. Sports! Are the greatest. We're so incredibly lucky and thankful that we get a chance to chat about them every single day and celebrate them every single day. It feels like that's going to be happening a lot going forward. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys. AP Tone is here as a DraftKings commercial. Legal in all 50 states. Available in all 50 states. If you're of age.
I'd tattoo it on my face for a small price.
How small?
I'll tell you what, I think we're at that.
How small? How small?
No, a lot of people are going to...
I don't want to War Dogs this number, so you tell me.
We're kind of in the middle of one of those situations somewhere right now as well, currently. And for those that don't know the reference, I'd recommend you watch the
Great movie.
War Dogs.
Oh, true story.
True story. Yeah, they were only like $200-300 million under the next closest bid, so that means they cut themselves out of $200-300 million in doing something absurd and insane. True story. It is crazy, but you always want to know what's possible before you are... I don't think now is a good time for this conversation.
Probably not.
Get your comps. Make sure you get.
Probably not.
A good time.
Look around the neighborhood. Get your comps.
Bingo, yeah. 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler. Good to see you, D. Butch. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing great, man. What's that little gadget you got over there?
This thing?
Yeah.
Inspector?
It's a little touchscreen thing, and we haven't done it. It's been here for a few weeks now. We haven't really dove into it yet because I'm not comfortable with it. It's probably making a debut during football season.
Okay.
You're probably going to see this little...
Let's not use it on these stupid sports for football.
Well... This is a good doohickey. I think that's a good way to describe this doohickey. It's not a gimmicky doohickey.
No.
This is a legit doohickey here.
Okay.
Joining us now is a man who's not about the doohickeys.
He's more of a whatchamacallit guy.
Yeah, but I assume he used to...
Yeah, he's a hickey guy for sure.
For sure. Ladies and gentlemen, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah,
Never understood that whole situation. I never understood that. Middle school kids popping it, like I don't get it.
Me neither. I'm going to be honest. That was certainly a fascinating situation lad would walk in from a great evening and maybe around a fire the night before, and all of a sudden it looked like he'd been attacked by 30 leeches on his neck.
Yeah.
Turns out it was just Lisa. She was attacking him, gnawing at him. Was she pulling for blood? What are we doing here? I don't know, man. It's pretty cool. You look like you have a disease. You should take care of that. But
love disease.
Maybe you guys are gonna have sex. That was AJ. I know you over there in Centerville, Ohio. You guys were sucking the shit out of each other's necks back in the day. I bet.
No, I told you, I never got the gimmick either way. Giving them, receiving them, I don't understand the situation with the hickey.
That's why he wore a cowboy collar, cover him up.
Yeah, because he had so many hickeys. This guy was Mr. Ohio. Imagine how many people were probably walking up to him.
Yeah. Give me that neck.
Yeah, let me suck that Adam's apple. Let me get underneath that jaw.
False.
AJ, Diary of a Polarizing Figure coming out August 14th, brother. We have a date. Pretty excited about that. I made that announcement this morning on the internet. Now, with everything happening in the world and everybody telling me how terrible of a person I am, it felt like a good time to let people know I know that you feel that way about me. I actually wrote a bunch of songs about it. So August 14th, 13 songs coming out. I wrote this entire thing, AJ, over the last 20 years or so in my notes section. A lot of very personal stuff in here. Finding my singing voice has been fun. That has been a blast. And then all the incredible people in Nashville who have assisted and helped me kind of piece all this together. I'm so grateful and thankful. I mean, there's a bunch of people to thank, and I'll certainly do that. But, I'm excited, AJ. This will be a fun. I think I got heat. I think they're good. I'm very confident.
Be, man. Good for you. Hey, why not? Like, if you want to do it and you care about it, why not? Why wouldn't you go out there and do it?
Yes.
Like, that's happened. Hasn't that happened with you a million times where you're like, oh, man, that's crazy. He's doing that. Oh, it was actually good. Look at this. Look what it turned into. Like, it could easily be that.
Yeah, it could easily be that. It could go the other way as well. There's been a lot of thought. No. Obviously, there has to be a lot of, what's that called whenever you're exposing yourself a little bit?
Vulnerability?
Boom. There's a lot of that in a lot of these songs, because I write in bars, and I'm not talking about in actual alcoholic bars. I'm talking about bars is how I kind of write. I think people call it journaling and diarying or whatever. For the last 20 years in my notes section, I have 13 songs coming out. I got another 40 probably in my notes section that I just kind of, when I'm going through something, when something's crazy, I try to get in there and try to piece some things together. I've always had incredible respect for the lyricists of the world and people being able to tell story through song and rhyme and everything like that. So I got a lot in there. I talk about a lot of things that are being said about me at this exact moment are going to hear my responses through a lot of these songs. It is because these types of situations have been happening through my life, I think, in our life, in our existence as a business. But literally since elementary school, I've had people that just don't like me because I'm too loud and everything like that. So I've kind of been dealing with this my whole life. Other people label me a polarizing figure. It's I don't want to be a polarizing. I'd like people to like me. I don't want to. But it's no, you're polarizing figure. This guy's polarizing. It's ooh. I'd rather not be. That'd be cool. But it's just kind of literally been my entire life. So The Diary of a Polarizing Figure, which was actually suggested by one of the most talented musicians I've ever seen, Alex, who plays the keys and the synth, who was in tracking. He was like, this is kind of like your diary. Because all these incredibly talented musicians down in Nashville, they track everybody's songs. So on the album, the music that you're hearing, the guitar, the bass, the synth, the keys, the drum, the banjo, the fiddle, you name it, they're all being tracked in these studios. And the people that are doing the tracking and playing it aren't necessarily the people that you see on tour, okay? The people on tour are playing the music from what they are creating there. These are the best musicians on earth in Nashville. The people that did mine, made my words come to life, let alone Ernest introducing me to everybody and helping and assisting in this entire thing. These dudes are unbelievable. I think we have the best guitar player on earth played these things. And I'm not a super, it has to sound like this. It's how long have you been playing guitar? My dad was a band leader for insert name of blah, blah, blah. I've been doing this my whole life or whatever. It's I think you can. Why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, explore the space.
Why don't you go ahead and do it? And it's in all the instruments.
Chuck Berry?
Drummer, he was not there.
Yeah, Chuck was up there.
Yeah, but he was not in the tracking house, obviously. Yeah. He would have been an interesting conversation if he was.
Thanks for keeping him alive, D-Butt. Appreciate it.
Always.
Yeah, I don't necessarily love what that's going to lead to immediately from this guy's brain within the next hour or so, but it was an incredible experience. It's very, very cool to kind of get it done with, and I'm excited for people to hear it. But obviously, there's a lot of confidence stuff that comes along this. The last couple years I've been wanting to do this. We finally got to a point where it's yep, let's run it. And shout out to everybody that has assisted. And I think the songs are pretty good. I think the songs are good.
Mm-hmm.
Got different styles of songs.
How many? How many songs on this?
13 songs.
Nice.
And they all sound.
Was that for a reason, or is that just how many you have?
That was
how many you want to put out.
That was how many I thought were like good enough.
I have a
Ready?
question.
Okay.
People should hear
Any
them.
features?
No features.
Okay.
I always wondered why, like, artists.
Now, on that note.
J. Cole.
On that note, Luke Combs immediately comments under this and says, unforgivable that I wasn't asked about this. If I would have known, Luke Combs could have got onto a song if I would have asked, and not, I would have certainly done. I think there's going to be others that are. I may or may not have talked to Bublé this morning, who was like,
"Wow,
we're making a song." And it's like, no features, Bublé. No, but literally no features. And I wrote the whole thing. It's very fascinating and interesting, and I'm very thankful for the music people being as nice to me and kind to me. We'll see if they are still on August 15th. Like we'll see what everybody's thoughts are then. But I think we got some good shit, mostly because the people that were tracking it are so talented. And I don't think they've ever just been given like an open canvas, like, hey, just do your shit, man. And they killed it, dude.
I always thought this, like, when people put out albums and they put, like, say it's a 20 album record or whatever, 20 song album. They always put, like, their best song at number 17.
Yeah, I got
like,
to
put it
my best
one.
ones, yeah.
And then so people keep going. What are we doing?
Now, on that note, I think all 13
How are you
are
gonna
good.
pick?
I think all
Okay.
13 are good. I think all of them are good. Bangers only. Okay, there's a couple that I did not necessarily love that we've kind of got rid of. But yes, I'm definitely putting my favorites at the beginning. Yeah. Now, there's a story normally told by some albums on why songs are
Right.
where.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a sound guy. You're a
Yeah,
sound guy.
for us though, yeah, we are. We need people to stick around after they listen to the first one, so we are going to attempt to do that. But there's a lot of different genres, all in country rock genre, which has kind of become now. But you're going to hear some influences from blues. You're going to hear some influences from pop. You're going to hear some influences from the islands. You're going to hear some influences, obviously, from rap. You're going to hear some influences from. There's a lot of that, and it's because of how talented the musicians are. Actually, we think it should maybe go like this, don't you think? Yeah, do you think that? Yeah, I do. There's a couple guitar solos in here that this guy Derek just dropped out of his brain, just out of nowhere. And I'm like, as soon as he got done recording it, I hit the little microphone that gets back there. I'm like, thank you so much for giving that. Like, I have no idea why you just did what you did, but that's awesome. If this song ever gets onto a Guitar Hero, nobody.
That's the one.
That is going to be. And then the next song, he would get in there and you'd listen to it. The words, oh, this one's a little bit more grungy, huh? With the lyrics, a little bit more serious. Yeah. Okay, and it took him like 2 times, and he'd be like, yeah, all right, run that back. Let's go back 8 bars. Let's go right before the chorus, flip, fly, turn me up here, and then, and I'm like, oh my God. That's on my song, yeah. Is that just in your back pocket, or how is that going to go? Yeah, I'm just feeling it in a moment or whatever. So I'm like, fuck, thank you for doing that. So I'm excited for it. I think they're good. I think they're pretty good. There's some that are a little worrisome, though.
What are you worried about?
In what way?
It's already on the album, right? It's done.
Yeah. I mean, it's not completely uploaded
Hayes
yet.
in the barn.
Yeah, Hayes in the barn.
Hayes in the barn. There's been a lot of work. Gumpy and I have been multiple states through this entire thing, a lot of different journeys. Gumpy, I appreciate you riding alongside, by the way, this entire time. It's been a lot of interesting days in all these studios and stuff, learning and talking to people and how talented they are. There's some songs that are going to cause some shit, though. I mean, you know.
You got some diss tracks in there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's some, because I write these things. Like, let's say I wrote one song when I'm like 21 or whatever, okay, about something. And then as I get to 28, I find that in song good notes, okay, song good is the note where I just have all my bars basically. And I see something, I'm like, oh, this actually is good for what I'm in. So then I continue it at like 28. Then I'm like 34, continue it. And then like 39 now with kids, I continue. So there's a couple songs where there's like, like different versions of my life I'm kind of writing in there. And then there's, some of those versions, I guess, I just really wanted to murder some people. So.
Yeah, sure.
And there's some, talentless suits might need to find a new scam is in there, a couple different times in different kind of genres. So everything that's happening right now, to me and to us, it's like I have an answer, August 14th, and it's in song form. And I want to let you know, I wish that you didn't hate me, but I understand that you do. It's kind of been happening forever. And literally all we're trying to do is just live, baby. Because we're all going to die.
That's right.
And that's a pretty ever-present thing of this entire album as well. So I'm excited for it. I'm pumped for it. I'm thankful for it. And August 14th.
Here we go.
August 14th. Need you to learn the lyrics so you can sing with me. That's been a whole nother journey.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, there's 4 stages to singing, brother. It's the respiration, the vibration, the resonation.
I wish I was born. I wish I had it. I'm sorry to cut you off. It's one of those things. I wish I had that musical talent, like I was born to be able to sing, or even I tried to play instruments, man. It's not easy.
So what I've been told is you can find your singing voice. Okay. Now we're going to find out. Now
I don't think
I have now recording it.
Everybody.
You know, they're able to. I'm able to do like 50 takes. Okay. When I perform these live, which we do have a date for my first live performance, that's what we're preparing for here. That is what we are getting you ready for. But from my understanding, it is a trained skill, and you do have a singing voice in there somewhere. You just kind of got to find it or whatever. Okay. But it's all about the respiration, the vibration, the resonation, and the articulation. Pal.
There you go.
That's basically the 4-piece. And you're breathing from here, you know, and we got to relax everything else. We kind of got to let the vocal cords work, you know, because they do this bad boy. We need that pose there. Sure. And, you know, you need to really make it happen. So I've been going to work, man. I've been going to work on it because the live performance part is what I want. Like, that is what we want to do this for. We'd like to go out there and have a good time with people. And I think we got some bangers. I do. People are going to hate it. People are probably going to enjoy it. And hey, that's the life.
Yeah, exactly.
Of a polarizing.
Life in the paint.
Yeah, that is life in the paint. That is kind of how it goes. And I appreciate everybody that has helped me along this entire musical journey. Okay, speaking of journey, the NFL has had a long one. You know, a lot of different positions they have evolved and changed, and there's been trailblazers and game changers. And the position of returner has become one that every team has a good one. Back in the day, it wasn't always like that. There was just a few around the league that were game changers. A lot of coaches maybe didn't want to invest a lot of time in special teams. And there was a couple of tweets that happened over the weekend about, hey, name a returner that doesn't get enough credit. And I saw D-Buck go, Pac-Man Jones. And I was immediately like, yeah, you're right, Pac-Man Jones doesn't get enough love. And I don't think returners as a whole get enough love. So we wanted to start, you know, a little bit of a top 5-ish list, if you will. Today is going to be punt returners. This is not kick returners. This is top 5 punt returners in the history of the NFL, AJ. Do you understand what that means?
I completely understand. I don't think everybody will, though.
Okay, so kick returners and punt returners, 2 different things, okay? Now, granted, there are some returners who play both positions. For instance, Devin Hester was also a kickoff returner, but he was also a punt returner. He has 14 punt return touchdowns.
Crazy.
Okay, Devin Hester is in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Devin Hester is not on his top 5 list. Devin Hester is Devin Hester.
Yep.
Okay, we had to make that decision. Okay, because it was you only got 5 spots here ish. We kind of rolled with, and there's no Devin Hester is the guy, so there's no reason to even have him on there. He will be on every single graphic. But if you have 14 just punt return touchdowns in your name,
oh come on, who put this?
Oh no, AJ,
that's bullshit.
Tackle on the field.
Why'd we punt the ball to Devin Hester? Get that thing out of bounds, guys.
Oh, it's so easy. Maybe if the wing would block somebody, they'd be able to kick that out of bounds. You know, that's part of the problem.
Right. You're probably right.
But Devin Hester, obviously, a league of his own whenever it comes to returning, changed the game. We all respect it. We all appreciate it. We all love it. And he's in the Hall of Fame because of it. So he lives in his own world. Now, that punt right there, you can't do to Devin Hester. Okay, now that's Chicago, very windy. If you put a ball in the middle of the field to Devin Hester, you're in trouble. If you put a ball on the ground with no real hang time to Devin Hester, you're in trouble. And I believe that's Chris Kluwe there, who had an incrediable career with the Minnesota Vikings, experiencing that nightmare of a windy day in Chicago and Devin Hester standing back there. Here's a cold quote. I mean, Hester got everybody. Okay, that is just kind of what we're saying. So he lives in his own world. We can all agree on that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Legend.
Go.
He took a kickoff return back on Adam Vinatieri in the Super Bowl. Obviously, I remember that. But we're talking punt returners.
He had a great unit, too. I know Devin Hester is the GOAT, especially Chicago. Like, Peanut Tillman used to be out there. I think Chris Harris, like legit dudes who play legit snaps on defense were out there being like vice guys. Like they put their all into the team's unit.
Now, you can tell me better, and I think AJ could as well. Whenever you have a returner that can house it, boy, that helps everybody's effort level on the return team. I mean, you can see it and you can feel it whenever they believe in a returner.
Absolutely. Me and Edelman got drafted in the same year, and I took pride anytime I was on the field, but especially when you had a guy like Edelman who, you know, was dynamite every time he touched the football. He definitely
Actually, you said you hated special teams, and you tried to get
I did. But if I'm on the field,
when it was Jules,
I'm actually on one of these as well.
We'll see if Edelman makes his top 5, shall we? Because I have high respect for Julian. He's taking one back on me. So I certainly know that.
Top 5?
Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. All right, let's get to number 5, shall we? Here's the number 5 returner of all time. It's actually 3 guys.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 guys. Yeah. So we couldn't do it just 5 once we started doing the math. X Factor Dante Hall, Dog,
Yeah.
game changer.
Yep.
Put him in there
Joystick.
for sure. The human joystick was beloved and is beloved in Kansas City still because of what he was able to do at the returning position. He was a stud. He was fearless. He was fast. We certainly have him in our top 5, and he just made that punter look very stupid. I don't love that. Also, Pac-Man Jones.
Hey, baby, Pac.
Pac never fair caught a football. Okay, and I played against him one time. I tried to hit him a 7-0, 40-yard punt, 35-yard punt. The guy just would never do it. Absolutely fearless. You know, there's a lot of things that Pac-Man has done in his life that's not necessarily perfect. I think he would even acknowledge that. The world knows that. But there's a reason he was able to play for like 100 years in the NFL because of how phenomenally athletic he is. And also, it was on display in special teams. Shout out to Pac-Man. Have to have him on a top 5-ish list at punt return if you're going to have anybody. And then Deion Sanders. I mean, if he focused full time on returning, he would be probably much higher on this list. But you're talking about whenever he went to Atlanta, I think the first time he touched the ball was at the returning position. He hossed it. I believe whenever he was in San Francisco, similar situation. Dallas, same thing. Talk about it, be about it. You know, if you look good, you feel good. You feel good, you play good. You play good, they pay good. They pay good, you live good. And if you're high stepping from the 50, I think all those things are going to happen. Deion, prime time, was spectacular in special teams, especially at the returning position.
Yeah, he was different. Some of these guys on the list, like if he would have like a full-time returner, he would have probably had 40 kickoff and punt returns total. But since he was so dynamic on defense, you know, he didn't get as many. You'll probably see that theme with some of these players on the rest of this list. But yeah, Deion was different. Obviously, Pac-Man and Dante. All these. I mean, I'm intrigued with the rest of the list.
All right, if that's number 5, who's number 4 in our top 5-ish punt returners of all time? Oh, a man who has a Heisman and a Super Bowl MVP. Now, the Super Bowl MVP comes from him taking a kickoff back to the crib, so you might think that's the case. Now, he's got 8 punt return touchdowns as well. So not only was he a filthy kickoff returner, also punt returner. Man has a Heisman and also a Super Bowl MVP. Desmond Howard has always been a problem with the ball in his hands, and in the NFL as a punt return, that was a nice throwback there. I like that they're getting creative back in the day for that Washington.
No, yeah, that was the Redskins at the time.
Okay.
You can say it. It wasn't your decision.
No, that's literally what they were.
Wasn't my decision, you know?
Unless you want to change history.
Heard they might be going back.
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Great return, Dez. Way to go.
Just the super quiet. I don't know, guys. I mean, there's been a lot of petitions. There's been a lot of noise. Who knows how that goes? Desmond Howard, though, number 4. And I'll tell you, I don't think people know just how great Desmond Howard was enough. Because I'll walk into something and Des will say something about football and somebody will shoot off at like college game day. Maybe some fucking producer will just like shoo it off. And they're like, I can't believe you said that. And I'm like, hey, that guy's allowed to say whatever he wants. That guy right there, Desmond Howard, is allowed to say Heisman and Super Bowl MVP. Also one of the greatest returners and could have played any other position. Desmond Howard, absolute stud. And that being the most historic Heisman post potentially in the history to seal a win over Ohio State is just special. We love Des. He cracks the top 5. Let's go to number 3 punt returner in the history of the NFL, shall we? Ooh, Darren Sproles.
Whoa,
now, I'll tell you, this caused some debate for Darren Sproles being up here. But I'm going to say, no punter wanted to punt to him. When Darren Sproles was back there, changed the game. So small, so shifty, impossible to see, so fearless, and a guy that was willing to do whatever to make you pay. I put Darren Sproles up here over some others that are going to be pissed off, and we will address them. But he was special. And Darren Sproles had an era where he was dominating games. I love everything about it, AJ.
Yeah, he's awesome. I was able to, I was not lucky, but I got to play against Darren Sproles in college and in the pros. When he was in college, trust me, everything we did was how do we find a way to contain this dude as a running back, receiver, slot, whatever they're moving. But yeah, when he got the ball back there, just watch, I just love watching him move. His legs and you're not supposed to be able to be this quick and how he's crazy powerful too. So it's not, you're usually bouncing off of him the first couple guys as well. So I have a ton of respect for how he plays.
Yeah, Darren Sproles, number 3 punt returner of all time. Who's number 2 punt returner of all time? We have Antonio Brown. Okay, this doesn't get talked about ever with Antonio Brown. There's a lot of things talked about with Antonio Brown. Obviously, people talk about on the football field his work ethic, how he does extra work in drills, and how nobody's ever seen anybody practice as hard as he practices. Well, me, as a punter, lined up against him. That's Shane Leckler, GOAT, lining up against him. Nobody wanted to see him back here. Nope. Absolutely nobody. If he was a full-time returner, that's what we're going off of. If this man got every single punt return that his teams had, he would have been second best all time is what I think he would have been second best all time. I got a chance to tackle him one time, and I got a chance to get smoked by him one time. Antonio Brown had no fear. He was explosive. He was fast. He had great vision. His hands were ridiculous, and the boys loved running for him. So I put Antonio Brown at number 2, and I think more people need to understand that we don't need to run this one. Okay, look at the score. 38-10.
4 minutes left.
Everyone already went home, too.
Can you go back to the beginning just so we can see what it was? 4th and 1. Okay, we're not going for it. We're down 28, Chuck.
Yeah, what do we do?
I had my fucking cleats untied. Okay, I literally go up to Chuck. I go, hey, we're not punting, right? Like 38-10. He's like, no, absolutely not, unless we absolutely have to, which would mean like penalty. Like 15,
4th and 30.
4th and whatever.
Yeah.
4th and 1. And he punt team. I'm like, what are we doing? So I'm literally tying my shoes as I'm going onto the field. And then I look back, into return, number 84, Antonio Brown. I'm like, what? And then, bang. Yeah, I didn't even touch him. Didn't even touch the guy with how explosive he is. Then he would go on to obviously do this. Hi, that lady had no idea what's happening. Yeah, and then, Pack did a couple of those too. It feels like that's a good returner celebration.
That's a tough tackle right there, Pete. Come on now.
Can you go back, please?
15-way go.
Can you go back, please? I mean, what am I supposed to?
Worst spot ever.
Yeah, my shoes were just, and look, he set me up too because I got everybody to go to the sideline.
Got to keep closing the space.
Well, listen, my entire thing, I've explained this 1,000 times. Bait and tackle, just like a fisherman. I would bait returners into thinking slow, white punter. Mm-hmm. He's going to run by me, okay? So I would always get them to think that they could run by me. In the warm-ups, I'm talking to them. Hey, don't run me over today. Run by me. Just playing a seed, I'm trying to get them so they run by me. Right here, I think I got him. Oh. Stupid is what I'm thinking. Stupid Antonio Brown. I'm going to close this. I'm going to get him. And he sticks that thing. It's like, yeah, right, dude. Now, could I have caused a fumble?
Pretty close to poking the ball out.
Yeah. Pretty close. Philadelphia, I actually got one out.
It sparked a comeback.
Philadelphia Eagles, I got one out on a kickoff return. Guy came around the field. I did the basketball punch.
Sure.
Around him.
Around the back.
Boom. Punches it out. It goes out of the sideline. Nobody says a word. I thought it was the most athletic thing I've ever done in my life. I'm walking off the field. People pissed it was a long return. I'm like, I fucking punched that.
See that?
Should have had turnover.
Peanut, tell me, are we even going to talk about it? But yeah, this is a tough day.
To your point, I believe
a tough day.
I was looking at his stats earlier because I knew we were doing this, obviously. And he only returned kicks the first 5 years of his career. He did not return kicks 16, 17 when he was the number 1 wide receiver in the league. Fun fact, obviously, we're doing punt returns here, but his first touch ever in the NFL was a kick return touchdown. So, I mean, he was if he would have just done returning for his entire career, he would have been unbelievable.
That's what people thought he was probably going to be in the league when he got drafted. It was crazy.
6th round.
Story. I was actually with him when he got drafted, 6th round, and you thought that was going to be his path. They
you were
had
with
Mike
AB?
Wallace. They had, I think, drafted
Manny Sanders
that same year.
Sam might have there.
Yeah, but Antonio, I think he was the first one to end up getting paid. But like you said, just like we said with Dahn, it's another guy who didn't have those same opportunities because he was so great at his offensive or defensive position, and he had the run where, that he should, in my opinion, based on what he did on the football field. No doubt, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and now granted, Bill Belichick's not a first ballot Hall of Famer for a lot of other stuff, so who knows how that whole thing goes. But me and AB was always very good to me. I always thought, I talked to returners before games. Me and AB always talked. I tackled him one time on the sideline. I think AB was, I think he respected that. But man, him smiling while running out, hit me with one of those, and then just striding out. 4 minutes left to go up 45-10. First of all, Chuck. 4th and 1.
Yeah, waving the white flag.
I should have won under center. I should have won under center and just tried to dive.
Yeah.
I should have Overton. Hey, coming up. Let's go. 4th and 1. Somebody's got to try to get a first down.
8 yards on a sneak.
Let's see what
good
happens.
for your rushing average, too.
Yeah.
But I'm happy I got to be a part of that. What's that?
He had to sub himself.
No.
Tomlin sitting him out there?
No, it was Danny.
Danny
Smith.
Danny Smith, this fucking prick.
That's malpractice.
Exactly. Special teams coordinator, Danny Smith.
Now with the Bucks.
Yinzer, legend, chews a lot of gum. Everybody knows who he is. He's a stud. He's been a special teams coordinator for a long time. He and I know each other very well. He's a Pittsburgh guy. I'm a Pittsburgh guy. Special teams, we do the entire thing. And I would always tell him, I'm like, I'm going to hit you with an onside kick tonight. I'm going to hit you with one. And obviously we got the fake against them. We did the entire thing. Like, he and I had good banter like that. So literally, I look over at the sideline when Antonio Brown is announced as the returner. And I look over, and he's just chewing his gum, and he's going to get one on us. He knows that. He's going to get, because our guys didn't have our shoes. I mean, we're literally going out on the field with no. Did you see the coverage? I had a great coverage team.
I like this effort.
Yeah, but I had a great fourth. That group is a incredible. Like,
fourth down army.
Look how fast he is, man.
Yeah.
At least he didn't kick you in the face.
Hey, you had to field that snap, too. That snap was off to the right.
Thank you. I mean, Overton didn't know he was snapping it. I mean, we were all kind of caught off guard.
At least he didn't kick you in the face, though, because he did do that, too.
Yeah, and I don't like that people put my face in there whenever they want to say bad stuff to me. They say, remember when Antonio Brown did this to Pat McAfee, and then it gets 7,000 retweets. It's like, before I can even. I never played for the Browns. Please, can we move on? All right, number one, punt returner of all time, in my eyes, as we judge with a collective vote, but mostly through what I thought, no doubt about it, Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
This is the same thing as Antonio Brown. Tyreek Hill, and I don't know what he's going to be whenever he gets back healthy and everything like that. That punter right there is Shane Leckler. He's the GOAT in my eyes. Should go into the Hall of Fame. When he does, we will all celebrate in a big way, and so will he. He will have probably 40 to 50 beers that night. He said to me, hey, have you played Kansas City yet? Have you punted against 10? And I'm like, no. He goes, okay. As soon as you get the snap, you turn and you punt that fucker into the stands. You don't even give him a chance. You put a ball on the numbers, he's going to be back on the other sideline before you even get your head up. This guy's unbelievable. This is just like Antonio Brown. This is just like Deion Sanders. If Tyreek Hill was a full-time punt returner, he'd have 500 touchdowns the way he could do it. He was built to be a returner.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously great wide receiver, but his body type and what he does, he's built to be a returner.
Yeah, the combination, I don't think they're, I know there's never been the combination of speed and quickness in one guy. Like he was, Darren Sproles, he didn't have the same long speed that Tyreek had the same core area quickness. But yeah, once he found the seam, it was over with. And once again, this was what was he, like a 5th round or a 6th round? Late draft pick?
Yeah, late.
He went to a small school or whatever, but got in there. I remember years back, I think Jalen Ramsey might have been talking shit about him, like, oh, you're a special teams guy. That's how you make the Pro Bowl. And then obviously he goes on to have, an unbelievable career. We'll see if he can bounce back and kind of back to that form. But he's unbelievable anytime he touched the football.
Okay, now let's get the guys that are going to be pissed about this list.
Yep.
Okay, because there's a lot of those guys. We had to add them to the list as well. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the guys who are going to be pissed. McAfee is the second most touchdowns in the history of punt returning.
Okay.
I never seen it, but he's unbelievable.
Great player.
Sure.
Mitchell, Brian, he really good. He has like the most kickoff and
Brian Mitchell, yeah.
punt return yards in the history of the NFL.
Exactly.
I didn't see it, right? I should have done a little bit more. We realized quickly that you should be on there, and that's why I want to let Mr. Mitchell know he's probably the reason why we have the entire guys who are going to be pissed notched down here.
Yep.
Christensen, Upchurch, Meggett, and then Julian Edelman there at the end, who you mentioned there. In my eyes, at one point, I had Julian Edelman as the best returner I'd ever seen, just because he always got at least 15 yards. That's a nightmare. Like if you're, I'm looking for a fair catch. That is what I kind of became. That was the punter I was. I think I had, to own horn here a little bit, I had 0 return yards, punting and kicking off, like into October. Like I had no return yards against our team. Like absolutely none. Fair catch, kick out of bounds.
That was before
touchbacks.
It got soft where people just started fair catch.
Yeah, exactly. Right. We're hitting moonshots.
Turners hated fair catch.
Yeah, and they hated me. Because it's going to be a boring day. But I would sell it to them. Good. This is a win-win. You fair catch. You don't get a fumble. You do good. I give up no return yards. We kind of just pass this off to the offense and the defense. These are all conversations I'm having, before games with returner. And Julian Edelman never talked to me.
Really?
Not one time.
Ice cold.
Ice cold, dude. Standing right next to him.
It's Jules.
What's up, man? Hey, you're killing it back here. One ball in his hands. Like, hey, don't run me over if we kind of get in the field together. Catches 2, nothing. Jaw straps open, can talk. Okay, this is not like he's locked in there. Boom, then catches a 3rd. hits one of those, and then he's gone. I'm like, he must not have heard me. So then we go on the other side, because you punt it back to the other side. So I go hit him on the other side. I'm like, hey man, you're absolutely crushing it. Like this is pretty cool. Didn't even look at me. Took the first ball, gone. I'm like, oh no, this might be probably.
This guy's locked in.
And he did. He almost got 2 on us. He was. Julian Edelman was a problem because he was just trying to make it, quarterback, however I can get on the field, whatever the case, no fear. He caught that thing and was just immediately getting in. It's like, that's worst case scenario because if you get a couple guys blocked up and you have somebody that just hits it immediately, it's like, that's at least a first down. That's at least 10 yards. And it's like, he would find it. He was unbelievable. So we know he'd be pissed, but just know that it was a very, 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 very hot debate before he came live.
Yeah, and he's another guy that did first 5 years or so just special teams. Like he made that jump kind of similar to AB, like we were talking about, where then he became like a 100 catch every single year guy after the Welker debacle and everything. So imagine if some of these guys, just like AB and Tyreek, if they just did returning, it'd be nuts to see what their stats would be.
14 people on our top 5 list. Congratulations to all of them.
Well deserved.
Joining us now is a man that I would put on this list as well. He's the voice of College Game Day. He's the face of Thursday Night Football on Amazon. And he's also the voice and the soundtrack of college football for all of us. Old Blue Eyes. Home run, big dong hitter out of Centerville, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah, Herbie!
How we doing, guys?
How are you, Herbie? You look fantastic. You're glowing almost. Is it because football season's right around the corner?
Yes, I'm fired up, man. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. I love that. I love those debates in the summer. Great. Who's the best returner of all time? I'm glad you finally got to Brian Mitchell. I know you never went against him, but he's at the top of the list for me, along with Desmond. I mean, obviously Des.
Well, so Brian Mitchell, we would like to say we gave him his own category. Like we did create that strictly for him. Like, hey,
I loved your Edelman story. Was he the only one that never acknowledged you?
Never, yeah. Every single one. That's why anytime I made a tackle with anybody, you normally saw like a friendly embrace because they were always telling me like I should have ran you over. And it's like, yeah, should have. Too late now. Let's go ahead and get out of here. It was always like a good relationship. Julian never talked to me ever.
Pat, I want to ask you, when you were a player in the NFL, typically, I don't know, AJ, how you feel about this and guys, but usually the punter is like the last hope. If a guy gets loose, you're kind of counting on the punter to save it. With you, because of how physical and aggressive and your personality, were you ever part of the coverage with your special teams coach? Or were you always like the traditional punter, kind of in that safety valve?
I was always safety valve, There's a middle area there you don't want to be in. Kevin Huber found himself in that area. That's where...
It's no man's land. You're done.
You don't want to be in there at all. But I did start getting blocked, which I think is a massive compliment.
Yeah.
So that is, I started.
But when you depleted that guy on the sideline,
which guy?
And it just, well, the one that, I mean, it just was like viral even back in that day. I'm sure you gained a reputation of like, this guy's a little bit different.
They blocked me, yeah. They started blocking me. So, like, that was a big compliment. That was a huge compliment to have somebody come up and block
Holiday?
me. Holiday, yeah. Holiday was the big-time hit. I love Holiday. Thank you for doing that. I hate that happened to him because he's got to live that every single day because of this and everything like that. But that was a huge hit for me, obviously.
And here comes the video one more time.
And no, but the first guy that came to block me, it was a big deal. Like, he comes up to me, and I go, what are you doing? He goes, I got you. And I'm like, whoa. I literally say that, whoa. And then it's like, we're just dancing here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And then I go to the sideline. I'm like,
they blocked me.
I got a number.
They are blocking. That means we got to have somebody.
Yeah.
We got to have somebody somewhere.
Make a tackle inside the 20.
We might have a guy somewhere.
Kickers getting blocked.
It was awesome. Huge compliment. I had a coach come out. I think Jim Harbaugh, when he was at San Francisco, told me that he's blocking me. He said, we're blocking you today. You're not tackling anybody. And I was like, oh, he had cleats on. He had the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Came up to me and told me
Maybe
that.
the only punter in the history of the NFL that had a blocker assigned to him.
I'll tell you, when it was happening in real time, I'd never been more like I felt like such, yeah. Now, granted, if that guy wanted to, he could have, if he wanted to, which we do not want, So we are, whoa, I'm not going anywhere. The first time I ever got the brother-in-law You know, like in do the entire thing.
Then you use that.
I've seen people do that. Yeah, and
gotcha.
then I juke the guy. Yeah. One time I got a guy. He's coming to block me. Around him, tackle.
See, that's what you don't want to do.
They gotta line you up next punt.
I knew it was
Code
coming.
red.
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Code red.
There was a guy coming from this side next game, actually, and okay, and we're getting out of here. Yeah, it started getting a little dangerous.
I got a question for you, for everybody. What percentage of the result of a game do special teams play a part in? Because I think fans
33.3.
they not you think 33?
No, the old stat used to be the stats that matter most if you win them. Obviously, score is a stat, so that's one of them. Turnovers was number 2 most indicator of who
Turnover
wins
margin.
teams, and then field position was the third the clearest indicator on who won the game.
Yep.
I don't know if it's like that anymore.
Yes, it is.
I would.
I think explosives. I think explosives for and against are a big thing too.
I think so too. I think explosive plays have become a big deal. Saban's big on that. He's like they need more because the stats are telling him that. But I do believe field position still.
The difference of a drive starting on the 21-yard line as opposed to the 31-yard line, that's huge. And when you look at the stats for defense, obviously it's one less first down, but it's big when you actually look at it. And I remember Chuck and Midge will go over those things, week in and week out because, drive home the importance of it for sure.
Especially with how kickers are now. That's because there are some teams who you legitimately need to get 2 first downs if you start at the 30, and you got guys who can go out there and make 70-yard field goals, and I don't think it's ever been like that before.
And then a block punt, a field goal, a kick return like that, We played Green Bay Sunday Night Football. I think the opening kickoff, Jordan Todman took it back. Like that changes the game instantly.
Todman, what an awesome dude. I hope he's good. I like anytime we get to compliment any of these returners. They don't get enough love. The amount of fearlessness that they have to have is absurd. And let's talk about football, Herbie. We're close, brother. Obviously, SEC media days are happening currently. Everybody's talking about Lane and what's going to happen with LSU. Obviously, Michigan's getting a new athletic director. SEC might break away. What do you think is big news right now as we head into season in your world? The SEC potentially breaking away from the NCAA is crazy to think about, but is that just a leverage point? I don't know. What do you think, kind of where we're at?
I think that's just talk. I think that's just talking season type stuff. I mean, if the SEC breaks away, my guess would be that Tony Petitti and the Big Ten would also break away, and maybe the ACC and Big 12. I don't think the SEC. I think that may be leverage. I think that might have been something that was said. I mean, I watched Greg and all of his talk when he addressed the media. It doesn't sound like the Super League or breaking away is number one priority, or that's like the goal. It wouldn't be surprised if they can't get help and they don't get some traction on trying to get Congress and the Senate to try to make some decisions to try to help them from a federal standpoint. If that ends up failing, then I think you start to talk about, okay, well, what's the answer going to be? But if the SEC breaks away, I don't think they would break away alone. This is just my opinion, and live in their own world. I think that's just fodder. I think that's just people talking right now. I think you get to early August. By the way, the World Cup, I texted you all the time, and I know I didn't know anything about anything 3 or 4 weeks ago. I always kid you and Gumpy about, soccer. Hey, they scored a goal. Hey, got a goal.
That is what you used to say is they almost got a shot.
Almost got a goal. They almost got. I mean, I'm like the guy that least interested in watching a soccer match. And then I watched, and I don't know if it was because of the time zone and the games were live playing here in North America or what the case, but I was freaking consumed with every game. I didn't know players' names other than the big stars, but I don't know if it was just the passion of it, the pageantry, the pregame ceremony, and the national anthems and the way the players would sing the national anthem.
That's college football. You love the college.
It reminded me of college football, but I think even another level. I mean, it was insanity. And I didn't go to any of the matches, but I'm 1,000% hooked on watching that. I tip my cap to all the different stadiums that, I mean, it just seemed like it was in this world of fights in the stands that go on video at Major League Baseball games or the NFL. It just felt, I don't know,
It was
to bring
special,
everyone
bro.
together.
It was a special experience. I think we all,
Special.
and it was a special experience. I don't know if you can ever duplicate that. Honestly, like if it was to come back,
I really don't. I don't think you can. But and I thought Fox did a great job. The pregame, just all of it was fantastic. I just really appreciated it all. The problem is it's over. And being a Reds fan, their season ended in late April.
That's what I was going to say. Hold on, that's what I was going to say. Is
I mean, the Reds, they are done.
You talked to
I talked to him. I talked to him for you. I tried to rally Sal and the boy. Hey, Herb Street's about to jump off a cliff. Need you guys. Well, the World Cup saved you, I think, because the Reds were killing you.
Yeah.
We were very
It gave me 3 weeks, and now I'm ready for NFL. When's the Hall of Fame game? When is the Hall
August 6th. 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Panthers and Cardinals reported at camp.
I got to get to the Hall of Fame game, and then I'm home free to February. But Reds baseball is just a disaster, and it has been for 13 straight years. So it just kills your summer.
Bro, after 13 straight years of this bullshit, you need to realize you're pissing into the wind. He's talking to himself. It will not change. The Reds baseball season is mid-February to early mid-May. That's it. This season was over.
Mid-May is a bonus. Mid-May. God, that'd be huge.
I feel bad for you with all these tweets, okay? Go watch some soccer. Get some preseason football magazine. Go on summer trip. Anything but deal with this nonsense on a daily basis. It's over. Time to move on.
Hey,
Herbie, we were reading 4 of these from you a day when the Reds were playing. Yep. When the World Cup came,
crushed.
I needed to be on this show. I needed to be with you guys, man. I mean, it's not all of us are Ty, who every team he has is like chasing a championship. I mean, that must be a lot of fun.
They never win. But,
Iowa, you just know Iowa's going to always be Iowa. Like they're never going to win 4 games, right?
Correct.
They're always going to be 8, 9, 10. Catch some magic, maybe make a run to the playoff. His Yankees, the Yankees season doesn't even start till September. That's when they start to get serious.
True.
So I don't know, dude. I'm a Columbus Blue Jackets fan, Cincinnati Reds fan, and it is hell.
Yeah.
It is just living
Hey, thanks
hell.
for your support, though, to sports.
That's right.
We need people like you.
I follow it. I cheer. That's my problem is I care too much. I need to get to that stage where you just don't care anymore.
You tweeting about the Reds and then getting pissed at all of the modern baseball because the Reds are bad was a fun little time on the internet for me to watch you
Bro. Well, I don't know who I watched your double play form. You're not a diehard baseball fan. Ty, I think, is a diehard. Who's your diehard baseball fan?
We got the baseball boys, Ty and Tone. Ty and Tone.
All right, let me ask you
in the
guys.
playoffs, by the way.
In the earlier years, you go back as far as you want. Guys could run. Like athletes were welcome in Major League Baseball. You hit the ball in the gap, guys were running, there were plays at the plate, guys were stealing bases. It was just action. Now with the exit velocity and the launch angle, it's all home runs or strikeouts and oven mitts. Like that's all there is in the current game. But Major League Baseball has a massive problem, in my opinion. And I've talked to some people that are involved with MLB, and
they told you were wrong, right? I saw a lot of people coming after you saying you're wrong, and I thought you were potentially just caught up in the Reds stuff, that you were attacking all of baseball.
No,
it sounds like you think all of
baseball. I'm a baseball junkie. I'm the guy. I don't need a clock on the freaking game. I can sit there for 2.5, 3 hours. I used to. And it's like, oh, the game's over. You go to a baseball game now, and it's like, whew, 3rd inning. We can get there. We can get there. And it never used to be like that. Because there was so much going on in the game. It's just it's a different era right now.
What does he mean by that, Ty? Can you speak to me?
I think by and large, I agree with a lot of that because it has gotten out of control with the exit velocity, and teams want guys to hit homers. But to Herbie's point, 10 years ago, good teams, you'd look up and down their lineup, and there'd be 3 to 4 guys maybe hitting over 300. You don't see that anymore. There's maybe 1 guy hitting over 300, and usually he's right over it. They really do prioritize. Hey, we want this guy to hit 50 homers. If he strikes out 200 times, that's okay. Yeah. Base running is really bad, with the exception of a lot of the small market, small ball teams. Fielding's really bad. I mean, the pitching is so good. That's a big part of it. Yeah, but a big part of it too, Herbie, and you know this, is if the Reds were in a wild card spot right now, you'd be all in. And it probably doesn't feel good that Chase Burns, their best player, they might be shopping.
Totally
right
agree.
Now.
Oh, no.
Totally agree.
I was coming to the Pirates?
No. Definitely not.
No. What's going on with the Reds is they're kind of like a AAA team where their stars get good, their contracts run out, send them out to LA or New York.
Pirates.
That's basically where they'll end up. They're not going to stay in Cincinnati.
I like that you're trying to change baseball for the better, and hopefully the Reds can hear this and understand that there's a man who is on a warpath now for your entire sport because you guys can't.
Their owner doesn't care, remember?
Yeah. They don't care.
What do you want me to do?
I'll fucking move the team to Florida. Shut up. That's he said that on opening
move
day.
to Nashville. Nashville would love them.
That'd be awesome.
Well, that's him trying to get him.
That would be.
Yeah, because he's in Nashville. You see, so he's trying to get to a couple games so he can do the 2-3.
The Grizzlies are going to be playing some games there.
Memphis?
Yeah.
I've learned some things about that particular situation.
Yeah, sounds like no.
I don't know if it's going to be as easy just to move Memphis to Nashville. I think there's going to be some paperwork that's going to be scanned through there that was kind of placed in there allegedly.
How's everybody's summer going? How's everybody doing?
Great.
Fantastic.
It's been hot in the kitchen a little bit over about the last 24 hours or so.
Sure.
But it's everything's
I saw that.
It's actually maybe his fault.
It is definitely his fault.
How come nobody's saying that?
That's part of it.
Good point.
Nobody's talking about it.
Now they will. Now they can.
It's this guy. What do you think about it? The guy's trying
The
to.
guy, we're
No, I'm talking to this guy.
Right
Right?
ahead.
Yeah, AJ, make sure it's understood which guy we're talking about. We're talking about this guy, right? You.
Centerville alum.
Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah, you, and nobody's talking about that. That's crazy. Jeez.
I'm just hanging out with Peter. I'm doing nothing.
Shut up.
How is Peter? Wake up, Peter! Hey, it's almost football season. All those people mad about us having a job. They were barking at a dog that was laying on the ground in Kirk's office. They say we lose good journalists. These guys are barking at a golden retriever. I've never seen it before.
Dogs are so well behaved.
I love
Who are you
Peter.
picking who's everybody picking in the national title? You guys at that point yet?
West
You already
Virginia
got a
Mountaineers. Who do you got?
Miami Hurricanes.
Who do you got?
Oregon.
Ohio State.
Notre Dame.
Who's got Ohio State?
I do.
Me and Ty.
Wow. Okay.
Oregon, don't he?
We got Miami,
Yep.
Oregon,
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Miami's up there.
AJ, who do you got?
AJ?
I got Ohio State.
Real tough call by you guys. Favorites.
We didn't see those. If I knew Notre Dame was the second in odds, I wanted to pick them.
Herbie, who do you got? Ohio State. I mean, is that? Is your...
No. I don't do that. I don't. If I thought that, I mean, they're the number one pick here.
A&M.
I'm going Notre Dame.
Okay. Oh, let's go, Herbie! Yes.
Hey, they're saying CJ's a real deal. This kid.
Real deal. CJ is the real deal. I like Notre Dame. I like Miami. I think A&M with Marcel Reed could make a run this year.
What about Texas, Kurt? People say Texas has the most talented roster.
I know they do, and I just
coming out of there.
I'm a fan of Sark. I'm a fan of Texas. I'm not a fan of like last year. Remember we had preseason Texas, LSU, Clemson, Penn State. None of those teams could handle like the pressure. Mm-hmm. I mean, think about the year all those teams had. Clemson was another one that was up there because of Cade Klubnik. None of them had great years. I think when it's so obvious, it scares you. And I feel like Texas is incredibly talented. This will be Sark's probably his best team. But can they handle week in and week out?
I'm judging their TikToks against Mississippi State's TikToks, and when I'm doing that,
it's not great.
Yep, I saw that.
When I'm judging whether or not their TikToks are exactly. Which one's better? I think Mississippi State did that version of a TikTok better than them. Don't like either of them, but I do. I'm talking about the TikTok itself. But I think Mississippi State did it better than Texas as a whole.
That's probably
so that kind of scared me a little bit. But once again, I got to remember he's Arch Manning. You know, at some point it's all going to come together for Arch Manning. It started to at the end of the year last year.
Don't you think what he went through last year, Pat? That was the greatest thing in his growth and development, not just at Texas, but moving forward into the NFL. Dealing with the first 2 weeks, it's like. Well, actually, the first week going into Ohio State, he's going to win the Heisman. He's the first pick in the draft, best player we've ever seen in the history of football, and then goes through some struggles and deals with all that scrutiny, the media scrutiny, the social media, everybody crushing him for 5-6 weeks. And then to get through that on the back end, like you said, and finish the year pretty solid. I just think having that behind him is really going to allow him to just relax and play ball this year. And I think that we'll be able to point throughout his entire NFL career to that first year as a starter and dealing with that pressure and how it helped him grow up. I think he's going to have a great year. I just don't know if Texas, with all that pressure on them, that's a tough spot. But Sark, he's been this close, the last 3 years. He didn't get into the playoff last year. I know he felt frustrated and he got left out, but I think they're going to be in the playoff. They're going to be right in the mix. Couldn't win the SEC. I just don't know if they win it all.
I'll tell you what, a team nobody's talking about, and you think about Texas, obviously you think about the Red River there. We got a chance to run into Coach Arbuckle in the streets of New York, and what
great guy.
He was great. Awesome. And what Mateer has done.
He texted me that he was with you, I think at maybe the ESPYs or wherever he saw you.
Bob Mahan's joint.
Yeah, we're at Robert Mahan's Irish pub. He saw us on he was walking the street. He was not going in there. We certainly were. He was with a gentleman who was wearing a Tennessee Titans shirt. I look at him. I go, I hope you guys are good, but not better than the Colts. Ha, because he's walking by. Because I was potentially vitamining outside of an Irish pub or whatever. And he goes, oh, can I get a photo? And I take a photo with this guy. The guy taking the photo, I learned while the photo's up, that's Arbuckle right there. And I have to run through the entire, and I'm like, Arbuckle. Oh, that's Oklahoma. Oh, offense coordinator. I go, oh, I met your dad because I met his dad. And he's like, yeah, my dad still talks about it. His dad he used to be a real cowboy. His dad, an actual cowboy. So before the game day at Oklahoma, the first one, the man who meets me is Mr. Arbuckle, and he's got these big fucking boots on. He's got this huge belt buckle, and he says, you need to get you one of these or whatever, Pat. I was like, I opened the show with it. I was like, I just met the offense coordinator's dad. He's got a belt buckle on that's bigger than his state.
I remember,
yeah. So that whole conversation happened, but he's on a fast track. If they have a good year, Mateer was going to win. Heisman, Mateer was good. They were going to win everything.
Healthy now.
So he gets the thumb.
He's healthy, stronger. It's like that guy also offensive guru. And from talking to him, he's very comfortable with where they are right now. And that team was very good last year, kind of under the radar. Nobody really talking about that.
But look at that schedule. Look at that schedule. At Michigan, at Georgia, Texas, obviously in Dallas. A game like even at Mississippi State, that the Cowbells, if that's a night game, you're at Florida at the Swamp. A&M at home, at Missouri, probably an SEC, if they win all those, SEC championship. I mean, that is a grind. That's got to be as tough a schedule as there is in the sport.
Yeah, but BV's ready for it.
That's what they had last year. And that's why they made it at 9-3 or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, Herbie, we'll see you on the road soon, brother. Let's hope the Reds win some games for you.
Nah, I've moved on. I'm just gonna watch you guys and get ready for football.
Come to the Red Sox. Come be a fan of the real team.
Red Sox are on fire. I think the Brewers are probably going to finally win it all this year.
I don't know. Not after today.
4-0, bottom of first.
They got to get a couple big pieces at the deadline, Herbie. Maybe Chase Burns.
Maybe.
No. That's one guy. No.
They already got.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Kirk Herbstreit. Joining us now before the hard out here is a friend of the program. Some call him Junior.
Mm-hmm.
We call him Rap Sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rapport.
Rap
good to see you. Always on the move. We like that. Mobile office. I like that. That's how we're living right now. Obviously, it's the summer. We have about a minute before the hard out. Any pressing news that needs to be said right now? Anything break recently? Did a quarterback for the Cardinals just sign a deal? And is he the first rookie to sign a deal out of all the quarterbacks?
Carson Beck just signed his 4-year, $7.4 million deal. We're going to sign it imminently. One of the quarterbacks that are still out there, you got Ty Simpson, obviously you got Fernando Mendoza. Both those should be soon, but Carson Beck the first. Jacoby Brissett, no news yet on a possible new deal.
Okay, is he showing up though? Jacoby's going to show up. We just don't know if the deal's going to happen.
I would expect him to show up and kind of just stand around until he gets a deal. But the team does want to give him a raise. They believe he's worthy of it and deserves it. So the hope is they will come together and figure something out.
Yeah, Jacoby is getting paid, I think, like the janitor.
Yeah. Like $150
at Arizona. Yeah, I think he was getting maybe double the cash if he threw a touchdown. Maybe get an extra granola bar or something like that. Yeah, if he's going to be your starter, you got to pay him. That's just kind of the business that we're in. That's Ian Rappaport. He's junior NFL insider for ESPN, senior NFL insider for NFL Is he a part of the problem?
Uh-oh.
Could be.
Nobody's talking about that. That's AJ Hawk. We'll be back tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life. Goodbye. Okay, we're still live. Ian, nobody's blaming.
I figured that out.
I'm going to start.
Do you want some Reds news?
Yeah.
Actually, let's call up Herbie. Let's see if he can take it. Is it good news or bad Reds news?
No. It's not actual news, but they were all hanging around the Mariners practice yesterday, trying to soak up some winning ways. Francona was out there and a bunch of the Reds dudes. So that's my Reds update of the day.
All right, Junior.
Good to see you, Junior.
All right. Herbie, Junior has some news for you about the Reds that might make you feel good. June, can you please repeat that for Herbie here, please?
I'm doom and gloom on the Red Legs.
Real quick,
What do you have?
Listen, there's some optimism. The Reds people, including Terry Francona, were hanging out with the Seahawks yesterday at practice, before practice, soaking up some info, soaking up some intel. So I would say a lot of optimism there that they can pick some good stuff up, right?
Well, they could hopefully that'll rub off on them a little bit. And Tito, by the way, as we know, maybe the best manager in baseball with his accomplishments.
Yeah.
But that's good. I appreciate that. Maybe that'll help the 27 season because this one's done.
All right, that's Carb Straight.
Hooray!
The first time you told us the news, you said he was hanging around. They were hanging around the Mariners, hanging around the Seahawks. A little bit different.
Yeah.
Much different.
Right.
A little bit different. It's okay. You're in a car. Where are you headed right now?
Whatever. We are going to Saratoga to go see Train, which is a band.
And drops Jupiter.
Sing a D-Buck.
Banger.
Don't make it like that.
That is a banger.
Pat Monahan, the lead singer.
What year was that?
Recent.
That was way back.
2000.
Hey, soul sister.
Ooh,
That one was
before
burning.
that.
On the radio,
You got a lot of hits.
stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know. Hey, soul sister, hey, don't wanna miss another thing you do tonight. You know that song, right?
Boom, another banger.
You know that. Drops in
Will they
Jupiter.
play it? They might play it.
I hope so.
That's
I'll
all
tell
they
you what,
got.
if they don't, that's awesome. They got a new album.
Which is
Nobody wants to
fantastic.
hear any of that shit.
Rap Street.
Play drive-by.
When is Seattle getting that deal done with
Hey,
David
Virginia.
Witherspoon?
Hold on. Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Hey, Virginia.
Smoked a pack a day.
Oh.
Wait, that's me, but anyway.
Oh, shit.
You know that song?
Go ahead.
Hey.
I thought you were going to
go ahead.
You should be a singer.
We got August 14th. August 14th. We got to come it out. Yeah, I need you to learn the lyrics too, even though it sounds like I don't necessarily want you to be singing them, but we would like for you to potentially learn the lyrics. Okay, let's get to football, please, shall we? Good luck with Train. That's awesome. That
Let me do an interlude on the next.
Is there horse races up there today?
You?
Yeah, just an interlude.
You still got time. We can record it today.
Nah, this Hayes already in the barn on this one.
No,
Wait,
it's
hey,
not.
Pat,
We're recording
Can I
stuff
ask you a question?
today.
Sorry, I know we're talking about football. Can I ask you a question? So I grew up listening to rap music, and you know, there's a lot of skits.
Okay.
You know, so like on the Chronic, there's like some really good skits, and 36 Chambers, and other. Does your album have skits? And if it does, can I be a part of it?
Yeah, absolutely. You're a part of my retirement skit, which we certainly appreciate. And would never forget. You did great. The fact you held that news too, that's how low I was in the totem pole of everything. Okay. One of the senior NFL newsbreakers recorded a pre-record gimmick and did not, I won't fucking tell you, but yeah, right. It's Super Bowl. We got a lot of shit to talk about here, sir. I don't know. Hold up. I mean, 50 had a couple good ones on Get Rich or Die Trying going right in there. Outkast had a couple on Stankonia though.
Eminem had some great ones.
G-Unit.
Great ones. Adam Sandler had a great one.
Birdman, the loyalty skit they had.
We don't have any skits prepared yet.
Wale, Seinfeld.
Yep.
Jer?
Well, your mother's cooking the macaroni.
Oh. Okay, thank you for that rap. Thanks for bringing it. Where the fuck were you like 2 months ago? You know, when we were trying to piece this entire thing together.
Nobody asked me. I'm here. I'm a fountain of album knowledge. No one's ever called me and asked me. I got a
fountain of album knowledge.
Guys going to a Train concert talking about skits.
Big Dom was on Big Hill.
Did you go to the Jay-Z concert?
30th.
I was in Portugal. I turned down a ticket. It was
Portugal?
very sad. A lot of reasons about that.
Turned down a ticket.
Wow.
Could have been you and I mean, I think everybody was there.
Dahn.
I think literally everybody was there.
Yeah.
Imagine Rap throwing up the rock.
Huh.
Yeah.
Getting the
Yeah, I mean,
chain.
it sounds like he grew up rowing his boat doing
That would
that.
have been great. I love it.
Well, you're the blueprint, aren't you, Rap? Okay, let's move along. Let's talk a little bit about NFL stuff, which hopefully Junior will have information on. Go ahead.
You were talking about Seattle. Actually, both teams that were in the Super Bowl, Seattle and the New England Patriots, have some young star cornerbacks with some deals looming. When should we expect that getting done, and what do you think those numbers will be?
Okay, so we'll start with Witherspoon. That deal is a little bit further along than the deal for Gonzalez with the Patriots. You know, would be surprised if it's not the highest paid. 31 currently per year. New money is the highest paid, so it makes sense that Devin Witherspoon would be sort of the next. I mean, he's a great player on a great team. They let a lot of really good defensive players go. This is sort of why you do it, so you can have the money to pay the absolute upper echelon core. I mean, he's a physical beast. He's a great player. I expect that to get done. And then when Gonzalez, you know, I would expect that to be next. Usually the next really good player jumps the previous really good player. They happen to have the same agent, so I would imagine the information's pretty good. So, you know, both of those should be coming, I would say, in the coming days and weeks.
Speaking of money, Packers just put out a pretty big deal there with Wyatt. That feels like it came out of nowhere. I mean, obviously we're not in the trenches with the D-line updates, but that feels like a lot of money at this particular time of year. How long have they been working on that? And what does that say about Ed Policies?
Yeah, they have been spending. I mean, and they're not done. I mean, Tucker Kraft is the next to get a big deal. And I mean, talking about highest paid, wouldn't be surprised if he ends up as the highest paid tight end. I mean, him and Laporta both up. I mean, Packers have been spending, which I mean, first of all, is good. They got a good team. That's what you want. Oh no, am I unstable? All right, we're back. Hold on. All right.
Well, yeah, you are unstable, which is probably why everybody likes you, to be honest.
That's fair. I appreciate that.
No problem.
So Wyatt, last year, before his broken leg, was really like one of the better D linemen in the NFL. And I think they learned that, like, this guy is exactly what we think. And then when he got injured, they kind of went the wrong way. That was like a pretty good show of his value. So only played 10 games last year before he got hurt. But they clearly wanted to get ahead of this and did it. I mean, $19 million per year. It's a pretty legit deal for Devontae Wyatt.
Especially in Green Bay, it might as well be 100. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Rapsy, what about any of these veteran free agent receivers that are still out there? D-Hop, Tyreek Hill. When could we possibly see any of these guys sign? Obviously, Debo's out there.
Beast.
Yeah, I mean, there is actually Diggs, of course.
Keenan
I mean,
Allen.
there is the
Keenan Allen's available? Get him to the Colts.
good. There's a really
We lost you, did you?
You know,
Nice.
You're lost up there in train. Find some service.
Play that song.
Please tell Leah to get to where there's service. Tell her to drive towards service.
Take
Hey,
off
hi, Miss
left.
Leah.
Hey.
Hi, Miss Leah.
Her
Great
hands were not on the wheel.
We are a big fan of yours, Miss Leah, but
Right.
you understand we got a child here. So if you could please take care of him. I know you sent the 2 kids to camp, but you're stuck with this one. So you can help him.
Can you hear me now? We good?
You sound like
that's
shit.
it. Ladies and gentlemen,
Fuck you.
go to the train concert. That's Ian Rappaport.
He's going to be so drunk at that concert.
Oh, my God. Drops of booze.
Probably
her.
on Leah's shoulders so he can see.
Yeah, he will be right on top of her shoulders.
Sorry, I didn't.
Right. Probably train glasses on.
Yeah. Yep.
With the hat.
Yeah, cap.
Do you think he's got a train hat like a?
He'll be batting on top of her head like a little drum.
Yep.
Yeah. Give me another beer.
My kids do when I put them on my shoulders.
You get the visual.
If they lean forward, your neck hurts real bad.
I'll tell you what, Junior's having a pretty good little run here this summer. Isn't he?
Yeah, not bad.
He's the best.
Going to train right now?
Mm-hmm.
Portugal a couple weeks ago.
Portugal.
You think if he put some like long jean shorts on and dressed like a little kid, he could sneak in and, be one of the kids at camp?
Yeah, he said he saw the Odyssey and he only had paid $12 for a ticket.
Oh, was it because it was afternoon one or the
matinee?
Is that why?
No, it was a youth ticket instead of adult.
Oh, they said he was a child.
Yeah. Go on, little buddy.
Go watch the Odyssey. A lot of conversation about that. I guess that one's going to do really good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good movie.
Checked again today for more tickets.
You saw it?
Yep.
Oh, you lucky.
When? Last night?
No, I took my kids to see it.
In 70? Did you see it in 70 or?
I got to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, have to.
Christopher Nolan wants us to see the movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I know what you mean.
70 millimeter.
Yeah.
There's only like 16 theaters in America that can show the movie in IMAX the way it was shot. So, like, Indiana State Museum is actually one of them.
16?
16, 1-6.
Yeah.
Yeah, Indiana State Museum is one of them. So, if you see it there, you get the full frame
where
and
we saw
picture and
Top Gun.
everything. But if you see it in, like, a regular movie theater, it's just, like, cropped.
Okay, got you.
So, you still get it, but it's just
This
not
is the
same.
Oppenheimer fella?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. Batman.
Oppenheimer
Ray
shot
Rodgers.
the same way with Oppenheimer.
Yeah, this guy's an artist.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Need to go.
He says every movie's his last, so he can put everything into it.
I like that. And you should treat every day like your first.
Hate CGI.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, crashed a real plane in his movie Tenet into a building.
Grew a cornfield.
Yeah.
Entire corn.
And then sold all the corn and made a bunch of profit off it.
Fucking,
That
he's
is true.
He's
all
a
true
beast.
stories.
Bought a cornfield so he could crash a plane into a cornfield and then decided to move all the corn.
He sold it
Sold
after,
it.
yeah.
Sold the field or the corn?
Probably
the field.
I don't know, but
I assume he sold
Probably
the
both.
But they
but-
said for the Odyssey, like they did, like, you know, a big part of it is like ships, and like they actually went out in a ship and like on like the open waves and,
Old-ass
just, and filmed it, and like people were getting seasick and puking, and like that's just kind of all part of it.
Some people buried under the ground. I won't ruin the movie, but the
Yeah, what the
Trojan
heck?
horse, which we know about, that like it's worth the. I mean, it's the 3-hour movie,
Jesus
but
Christ.
it is.
Chris, I respect your art. I can't wait.
Dolphins in the shot that Ty's talking about when they're out on the ship, and like it was dolphins actually jumped up and they didn't CGI him out or anything. They just kept him in.
So that's why I wonder, like, are the Dolphins now going to be looking for a cut?
yeah,
Probably.
they should.
They're smart though. They probably saw the boat and they're like, "Holy shit, Christopher Nolan's film movie. Let's get it."
And I think Chris is probably like, hey,
Yeah.
from top.
Yeah.
And Dolphins like, fuck, I thought we nailed that one.
Poseidon probably just.
Yeah, could be.
Turn back around.
Poseidon it.
Those Dolphins are smart.
Poseidon's everywhere.
They're pretty ruthless, aren't they? They'll go after you.
Yeah, they'll hump the shit out of you too if they need to, but they will protect
They
his
said they're
house.
always masturbating. Always.
Who said
It's
that?
crazy with no hands too. I don't know how they
You
do
talk
that.
to somebody, they throw the pool, like, I don't know where I was somewhere, and they
pool?
said they throw pool noodles in there, and they're just masturbating all over that tank.
Like horses do?
I don't know how.
Yeah,
I don't
just
know
like
how
Debone.
that,
good
what
life.
that means, but yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, it is kind of like debone, but I don't know if you need to just isn't kind of enabling just tossing a pool noodle in because that's kind of
Certainly.
exactly what they're looking
Yeah,
for.
but you got to get them to hold two gigantic tourists that weigh 420 pounds and pull them through the water, and when they're paying $175.
Yeah, I got to keep the tee up.
That's how you reward.
There's a whole black market for it.
Fat.
Got to keep that tee up. They protect now on a completely different note that you guys are trying to allude to here about the horniness of dolphins.
Sure.
That was Hawk. That was Hawk.
Hawk did start it.
I mean, it was accurate information.
It's a fact.
It is a fact.
Fine, they're sexual beings, I think.
Okay, well, these sexual beings also utilized by Navy SEALs and such. So we appreciate the dolphins. We respect
I saw the
dolphins.
orca. I saw a video of the orcas last night just beating the shit out of a pod of dolphins, just treating them like.
It's not our Navy SEAL dolphins, though.
I hope not.
Or our Navy SEAL orcas.
Yeah, we probably got orcas.
Those are the ones we want.
Orca's still sinking.
Oh yeah,
I think so. They're
Those
mean
things-
sons of bitches.
No, awesome. You meant to say.
Well,
now,
sure,
very dangerous. If
But they
you're out
don't
there.
go after humans though.
No, but they do though, because
Not
they're
sure.
sinking ships that people are on.
Well,
remember
the
when
ship,
they were big tailing that boat?
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is fun. You having a good little time. They had a music playing, dancing, probably some food. Had a crew working, and then the whales just like, fuck this, dude. I don't like their attitudes up there. Me neither. Calls a couple of the boys. What is that? Whistling? I don't know what they do.
Yeah, sonar.
Sonar. They come in and just start a wave pool, and then the boat just starts moving.
Yeah.
It's like, that's funny. They're kind of ruining their life. And they're like, no, actually, we're trying to capsize this fucking. Yeah, this is fun. Yeah, we're having a good time. Bang, flip that boat. That was insane because that had
So smart.
forethought.
Oh yeah.
Right? Had to get more.
They're very
Also, to rock that
Strategy.
thing, they had to get it. They had to stick with it. It's like, when did the whales start telling each other how they sink human ships? Like, is that just a part of like 101 whaling, or is this a
BP.
new thing that
I don't know,
they
but the
have?
good news is there is 0 recorded orca attacks on humans in the history of Earth.
That's wrong. If you
just-
remember
in the wild.
Blackfish.
in
the wild.
in the
Because
wild.
like in
Sorry, thank
captivity,
you.
they
In the
will
wild.
kill
In
human
the wild.
handlers big time.
I mean,
Which
they
I
sunk a
respect that.
ship though. Isn't
Yeah,
that-
but they don't care about the humans. They just want to, because the propellers are killing the orcas.
They're just looking to raise hell.
Defending the territory. Respect that as well.
rest in peace, Jim. You remember he wanted to fly
Lolita.
Lolita,
Yeah.
Takate.
Yep.
Miss you, Lolita.
Rest in peace.
Where
man.
is that? Where is that orca now?
Dead.
Dead, yeah. What do you
doubt.
mean? That's why.
Did it die? Oh, it did die. You're right.
Yeah, like a month before he got the
With Poseidon.
bomber plane.
Yeah.
that he was turning into an aquarium to fly from South Florida to Washington is where it needed to go. Needed to be the longest flight possible in the United States of America with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair what Lolita's doing down there, Jim said. This is not how this... What he called her a Buddhist?
Buddhist, yeah.
Buddhist whale spirit, he said, should not be living her final days like this. Takate needs help. He was turning a fucking plane into an aquarium.
57 years old.
Not so sure those pilots didn't kill Takite, now that we're talking about it.
I think those pilots were in for a pretty big payday. So was the plane. I think that
she died at the Miami Seaquarium.
Those are done, right? Aren't the Orca shows done now? Like there's no SeaWorld big whale shows, or at least they're like phasing them out.
I think they're
just concerts there now.
I'm saying, some big artists. What's
I
their
have seen
budget?
some good concerts. You're right.
Shanti shut it down over there, I think I saw.
The crowds always love
Fat
it.
Joe.
Fat Joe obviously killed it. Hold on, there was somebody, E40 maybe, he went in there.
Yep.
And then who else? I think Bow Wow was in there.
I did see the Bow Wow. I saw the Bow Wow.
Great venue.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah. She knows.
Middle of the day,
Rap Sheet
too. It's
goes to
150 degrees out there. It has to be. Old throwbacks. Walk around the aquarium.
That's so random.
So humid and somewhere like in Orlando or something.
That's a great pivot.
Flow Rod has been there. Boys to Men, the Beach Boys, Trace Adkins.
You name it.
Yin Yang
Trace
Twins.
Adkins.
Oh my God, man. And then the people just on the other side. Yeah,
Sea lions love it.
what a good time. NSYNC also been there. Well, Chris Kirkpatrick of NSYNC.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
That is a big difference.
Yikes.
O-Town.
O-Town, okay.
Time bring it.
They could bring it.
LFO.
Ooh.
Summer girls,
Yeah.
summertime girls, summer
girls.
Summer girls. There it is.
Summer Girls Fly and Summer Girls So. Summer
I like
Girls
Abercrombie and
Ride.
Fish.
Summer Girls Go. Yeah, you know that song. You know one of them.
LFO. What's
Give
that?
five for the summer.
Yeah, what does it
New
stand for?
kids on the
Light
block.
Funky Ones, I believe. I believe it's Light Funky Ones. They had a banger.
These are young
Yeah, new
ladies.
kids
Yeah,
on the
fucking
block.
Chinese food make me sick.
Makes me sick.
Abercrombie and Fitch. That one,
When
right?
girls come by for the summer, for the summer.
Sick video.
I like girls that wear
Abercrombie and Fitch.
You heard that?
TRL days.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
D-Butt.
LFO. Come on, LFO. Hey, come on.
Homie.
And heaters. It seems like SeaWorld.
That was 1999 when that came out.
SeaWorld's being casted by somebody that is our age.
Yep, sounds like it.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
I got an idea.
It's working.
Yin Yang Twins. Have
Yeah.
come in here. Be fucking great. Shanti, bring her in here. In sync? Can we get in sync? You get Chris. Fucking bring it up.
Whatever.
No, fucking run it. They're killing. We got to get to a show down there.
Shazay, I think, is next week.
Oh, yeah?
JC should say.
Yep.
Let me hear it.
He was NSYNC, so whatever JC shot.
He was like the number 2 in
Yes.
NSYNC.
He was the he was a front man.
He would argue
Him and
that.
JT
He
were
was.
the front
He
man.
was.
People would argue that, AJ.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if we're just handing out number 2s around.
He's clearly the number 2 in NSYNC.
And then it was Lance and Chris.
I don't know. I'd say Joey Fat One was probably number
Yeah.
3.
Whoa.
Fatone.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think Lance.
You pronounced it wrong. He's Italian.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, unbelievable.
JC had the most vocals besides JT.
Oh, Big Bob's in the back. Big Bob's in the back. Happy we got you, boys.
You should look that up.
Happy we got you, boys.
What are they? What's
That was insane.
Soldier Boy has also performed there, obviously.
That's sweet.
I was cranking that earlier today.
You.
Not mine.
You were, like the
Hog.
Dolphins. All right. Today's Winter Wednesday. We will announce the winners of the kick that went in before the break. That's crazy that went in. And then also the bank shot throw yesterday, which absurd that went in.
Yeah. First try.
Those were nice, though, because people were saying nice things to try to win that. Fake nice things, I don't care.
Sure.
I used to say this all the time.
Yeah.
Good mix.
These people die. They like because you have money. It's like, well, I'm happy they're fake nice to me. It's a real dick to me, like you seemingly are trying to be. Okay, I'll take the fake nice stuff all the time instead of the real mean stuff. I like staying away from it. There's been some really mean stuff. There's been some really clever stuff said about us.
Yeah, some really good ones, too.
Really good stuff. Really good stuff, yeah.
I respect those.
Yeah, me too. We've been reading through it all. It's been great. Now, I am remembering everybody that's saying a lot of things. And I'm pretty young, being in the game a long time. I'm excited to run into these people, future times. A lot of people that are real fucking ass at their jobs having a lot to say,
It's the way it goes.
It is the way of the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just day one.
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah, it do be like that sometimes.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. the truth always wins. It's just kind of on its own time.
Mm-hmm. Never wrong, just too early.
Did you guys know Rap Sheet grew up a huge rap fan?
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
You see him in that boat?
That's on me. That's on me.
Yeah. He used to say straight out of Yale or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Straight out of Columbia.
Yeah. Crazy motherfucking name, Rap Sheet.
Yep, exactly.
He was in there for a long time.
In the heart of New York.
Throwing boats, I'm the king of my fleet.
Yeah, Ghostface Killer actually said, I remember when Rap Sheet was listening to our shit way back in the day. So that was
He did.
Probably Wu-Tang guy.
He named Old Dirty Bastard.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they were going to go with just Dirty Bastard.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rap was like, you know what? He looks a lot older than he actually is.
Hold up, guys.
Who said that?
Rap Sheet.
That was how his voice
Rap
used to
Sheet?
sound.
Didn't know he had that pitch. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here. Shout out to Ghostface Killer, by the way. That was one of the coolest conversations I've had.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. That was sweet. They were at the ESPYs.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah. Literally just like standing there, and then all of a sudden somebody comes up. Hey, Ghostface Killer wants to say what's up. To who? To you. Fuck yes. Where is he? And then you turn, it's like, there. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Hey, man, I appreciate you guys. Really do. I'm like, I appreciate you saying that. Am I allowed to say that you know that we exist? Yeah, man, we love you. And then his friends were like, yeah, man, we love you. I'm like, okay. Went back to the table. I said, I think fucking Ghostface Killer said we are certified, I think is what just happened. And we all saluted and cheers to it, of course. We had a good time. We appreciate that. Those moments of seeing people and running into people is fascinating because that's when you realize that there's a lot of people watching us.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Not enough in some people's eyes for a lot of things that are happening, but it is crazy whenever we get out into the world and realize everything that's kind of taking place. We're very lucky and thankful to be doing what we're doing, how we're doing, and we're going to continue to do it and just continue to keep going. And hopefully, we'll continue to be an asset to sport, or hopefully we'll be remembered as somebody or some people or some group that were for the good of sport. That's what we're here for. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together. Thank you. Deba, you have anything to say to these people up here?
Love you, Jesus.
That was a good one.
Nice.
Oh, what a good one.
I mean, Jesus could be right up there. You don't know.
It's everywhere.
That was good.
Yeah.
Omnipresent.
Dbutt316 says.
That's what I was going to say, too.
AJ, anything to say to these people up here?
Love you, Jesus.
Boom.
D-Bot just said that.
I know. I'm just double stamping.
Spread the word.
Okay, so love you, Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Can't say
Well,
that.
actually, hell no.
Exactly.
Heaven, yeah.
We should start saying that.
Heaven, yeah. Be your friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life. We're in this thing together. Team on me, team on three. For the good of sport, baby. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.